good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the stream. I hope you appreciate my vibrating character here. I have no idea why this is happening. I just booted up the... oh, I'm knocking the mouse around. Hang on. I just booted up the character, and yeah, she's having a rave. She's having a good time. That is a really bizarre bug. I have no idea why I'm vibrating like that, but whatever. I'm quickly going to check the audio, make sure this is fine. I'm actually going to turn the audio down. I think it was a bit loud in the previous stream. Well, here we are. Probably drop this to like 5, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to need to hear what it sounds like on the monitor. Honestly, a little further. It's not super quiet, even on 5. Because when there's a lot of music going on, it was quite hard to hear me talk. Okay. However, let's just... yeah. I'm going to make a bunch of noises. Turn the volume up a bit for me. Ideally, I want to find an area with music. But there isn't a convenient area with music nearby, so I'm just going to have to punch a wall to make a load of sounds so I can check. Honestly, yeah, I think that volume's okay. I think that's okay. Better for it to be a little bit quiet now than... yeah, better for it to be a little bit quiet now than too loud when the music kicks in, I think. But yeah, anyway, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to the stream. We are continuing with the Dark Souls 1 Permadeath run. As the stream title implies, my plan is to do some Dark Souls and then Elden Ring. If I die on this character, I'm probably going to switch to Elden Ring, I think, and otherwise I'll probably play for a few hours and then switch to Elden Ring. See how far we can get in those few hours. But yeah, I mean, let's just put our proper gear on again, I think. That's... God damn it. That is not a left-hand weapon. Here we go. Okay, brill. Yeah, I mean, let's get into it. I see no reason to tarry any further. We beat Quelaag, we've rung the bell, which means we need to head back to Firelink and have a little word with a large serpent. I have no intention of going down the Karth route. That requires beating the 4 kings early, which is always a bit of a risk. Trying to think... yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Oh, no, sorry, there is... We need to remain in the Great Hollow... oh, not in the Great Hollow, in Blighttown, because we have to head to the Great Hollow. That's something... I knew there was something I intended to do down here. Yeah, we need to go to the Hollow. Because the Hollow contains some rather useful stuff. Some very useful stuff. Most notably, a large amount of Twinkling Titanite, which we're going to be able to use to get our weapon to +5, which is the maximum for Black Knight weapons. Great Hollow, we're going to need to be careful. We might, I'm going to be honest, we might just straight up die here. Because the Great Hollow, this is a sentence I think I'm going to be using a lot as I play through this game. The Great Hollow is an environment where if I fuck up, I do just die. Like, immediately. I just die to fall damage, right? So that's something we're going to need to be careful about. And I haven't done the Great Hollow in ages. However, I don't need to go super deep into it. In fact, I barely need to go into it at all. There's only a couple of drops I need to make in order to get access to the Twinkling Titanite that we need. So, we're going to go try that. We'll see how it goes. If I die, I die. I think that's about as much as I can say at the moment. Hopefully I won't, because as I say, it's just... I mean, I should be able to. It's been a long time since I've done it, but the Great Hollows drops are not particularly complicated. It's not like the fucking speedrun drop from last time where you plummet the entire way through Blight Town, and it requires very precise movement. It's not that precise, you know. You can get away with being a little bit off center because this is an intended route to take, whereas the Blight Town drop is absolutely unintentional, I think. But yeah, for those of you who are watching who are not familiar with the secrets of the Great Hollow, this is one of Dark Souls 1's most infamous locations in terms of how well hidden it is. So we go up into this tree, we grab this item, we're like, a plank shield? That's a garbage item to acquire for locating an area like this. I wonder if there's a fake wall in here. Oh my god, there is! Ah, and here we are. Here they have a chest. The chest which contains a Twin Humanities. That is a reasonably rare and solid item to have obtained. I am entirely satisfied with the loot that I have acquired inside this area. Although, I do feel like I maybe randomly want to go... Oh my god, yes, 2 fake walls. There's 2 fake walls. They hide this entire zone behind 2 consecutive fake walls, which is a trick that they've done a few more times further on in the game, but this was the first time they did that. Am I mid-rolling? No, I need to be mid-rolling for this. Mid-roll is by far the best when you're doing drops, and I'll show you why, actually, in a tick. Because mid-rolling is much better for... it gives you kind of more precise movement, I guess, or not necessarily more precise. Honestly, I don't think we're going to be mid-rolling that much to get down here. Because the mid-roll, basically, in the air, it moves you forward much more. Because you continue moving forwards while you're falling if you mid-roll, whereas light and heavy roll don't really. But I actually don't think that's going to be necessary. Alright. Wish me luck. Okay, that's the first part. Because we are going to need to kill 3 Titanite lizards to get the Twinkling Titanite we need, and as it turns out, there's like 11 of them in here, but there's a little bit of a complication which we'll get to. Ooh, we do want a mid-roll here, I think. There we go. Just make sure we get onto this plank, and now we want to move very slowly. We need to drop onto that little nub right there. There we go. Perfect. Perfection. And now we're going to be able to get a shitload of Twinkling Titanite. So, to fill you in on the way the Great Hollow works, the Great Hollow has, I think, a total of 11 Titanite lizards that spawn here. However, they're not guaranteed to spawn. Every time you reload the area, the game basically rolls a dice for each of the lizards, and some of them will spawn and some of them won't. Which means, every time you enter the Great Hollow, they'll only about like 3 or 4 of the 11 possible lizards will have actually shown up. After you kill a lizard, obviously it stops spawning. But, yeah, so basically, there are 4 lizards that spawn in this corridor. I believe it's 4. There's one which spawns back here, and then there's 3 that spawn... there's one that spawns here, and then there's 2 that spawn on the platform at the very end. We haven't had the first 2 spawn, but we can check whether the next 2 have spawned by looking through the wall, right here. Because otherwise, you have to just sprint out and hope, you know, you won't know where they are. Now, we know where that one is. So this is a top trick, is the fact that you can look through the wall. So we know that that one lizard has spawned, so we're going to go kill that guy. And then we're going to do a quick trick to see if we can spawn some more. 2 Twinkling Titanite. Now, we're going to make our way back here to a position where we will be able to engage this lizard if it does indeed spawn. And we're going to quit the game. Because that reloads the area. And forces the game to re-roll which lizards have spawned. Still not got the lizard up the top. Let's check if any of the other lizards have spawned. There we go. That's a new one. What about the ones further down? I didn't see any. Oh, fuck! You're kidding me! Okay, I just straight up missed there. That was obviously terrible. Well, fortunately, all you need to do to make the lizards come back is quit the game and reload. And this works in all Dark Souls games. In terms of, like, if a lizard disappears, if a lizard manages to get away from you, you can respawn the lizard without having to go to a bonfire by just quitting out and reloading. But in this case, we're also increasing the chance that other lizards spawn. So we're still missing the one up there. That one didn't come back. Ooh, we're not doing well here. Because the chance that these lizards spawn is actually pretty good. Hey, Gyrosaurus, welcome back. It's good to see you. I'm doing some Souls 1 Permadeath right now. And we're reloading to try and get a bunch of lizards to spawn. Come on. Really? Damn, we're not getting lucky here. I mean, we're going to get them eventually. It's just going to take a little while. Okay, we've got that one. Ooh, and I think I saw another one out on the thing. Okay. Actually hit the motherfucker this time. Good. Yes. Oh, no, but see, the little shitbags. Yes. Just got in. Okay. And that's 3 lizards, which is 6 Twinkling Titanite, which is exactly as much as we need to get our weapon to +10. I'm not going to bother farming any more lizards. I just want to get the fuck out of here. Now, we need to get away without dying to the basilisks, which should be straightforward, but you can never be certain, because the basilisks in the Great Hollow are extremely lethal. Like, really fucking lethal. The rate at which they build up curse is enormous. Although my curse resist, thanks to the 10 humanity I'm currently holding, is actually pretty high. So we should be able to deal with the lizards if they were able to actually get to me, which they weren't. So, sweet. I'm glad we survived the Hollow, because, as I say, in order to get to that area, I needed to go through a couple of drops, which, if I'd missed it, they would have straight up killed me. Lizard wizards, yes, indeed. Okay. And now we can leave Blighttown. We've got everything that we care about down here. We will be returning later, after we acquire the Lord Vessel, to enter Lost Izalith. But until then, we have no reason to come back. In fact, even then, we'll be bypassing Blighttown, because we can warp straight to the Daughter of Chaos. So, yeah, we have no reason to ever come back to Blighttown, and I'm quite glad about that, because this place is awful. Okay, just as long as I don't fucking die climbing out of it, because that would be annoying. Because again, this is... Ooh, shit, hang on a minute. Okay, so there is a way that we could end up in trouble. We do not have any toxic curing items. None at all. And there are guys on the way out who are capable of inflicting toxic. If we get toxicked while trying to climb out, it is possible that the toxic kills us before we get home. We've got a lot of humanity. I think it's unlikely, but it's not impossible, I would say. We could just get worn down. Okay. I'm going to quickly rest just to make sure we have maximum HP. Going to take this... the guaranteed death is red, or are you using a skip to get around it? Okay, yeah, I guess I should clarify that. The guaranteed death, we're not counting for the purposes of permadeath. I'm not going to use a skip. We're just going to take the death, because there is a fixed death in Dark Souls 1. You can do... There is a speedrun skip to get around it. That is, like, it's completely... It's not an intentional inclusion. You have to, like, do some weird, funky platforming on a moving elevator that allows you to skip to a higher section of the area. That is very much a speedrun skip, and we're not going to be bothering with that. We're going to die at some... It's like with my Sekiro permadeath runs, where deaths to Genichiro at the start don't count towards the permadeath. I'm not going to try and... And similarly, if I ever do permadeath in Elden Ring, death to the death to the grafted scion, that's a scripted death. We're just going to run with it. So yeah, the intentional death here is going to be... We're just going to die, as normal. Let's quickly unpoison ourselves. Nom nom nom. Just so we don't take too much damage, because again, we want to maximize our HP just in case we do happen to get toxicked. Yeah, because, I mean, yeah, the skip to... Archive skip is... I mean, it's not... Yeah. It's not an easy one. It's not one I've ever learned. And again, when I do permadeath runs, I generally treat deaths that the game intends for you to have as being just part of the run and not counting towards the challenge. Top tip, when you're getting off this elevator, get off it up here. Don't get off it there, because there's a giant gap you can easily fall down. Also, I need to switch back to Havels, because the fact that I was fat rolling there could have put me in some serious bother. As I mentioned, when you're going off an edge, if you want to be precise, you want to be mid-rolling, because fat and light roll don't actually make you travel very far in the air, whereas mid-rolling does. It gives you a better shot at landing on things you care about. Okay, so this guy is a motherfucker, because he is blasting me with toxic darts. If we get hit by one of these, we're going to get instantly toxic, most likely. Our toxic resist is not good. So what we want to do... Is he doing 2 at a time? Nope. 3, 4. Okay, yeah, let's just go. Cool. We got it, we got it, we got it. Yeah, you gotta time the climb so that he can't get you while you're halfway up the ladder, basically. We are gonna have to, well, not have to, but we are gonna want to come back here later. So I guess we are coming back to Blighttown, because those guys are guarding a Firekeeper Soul, which is one of the items that can buff, your Estus Flask, so that's a pretty important item, because there's very few of those in this game. We'll grab the key that we don't need, because why the fuck not? There's very, very few of those in this game. But we're basically guaranteed to get Toxic in the attempt. So, and those guys have a high drop rate of Toxic Cure items, but it's not guaranteed. And if we don't get a Toxic Cure item from them, then we will end up in serious trouble there. Because we'll have taken a lot of damage, and we won't necessarily have the health to get us back out. I could probably do it, but it's a risk, basically. Because if need be, we could get through the whole area, killing all the toxic guys, and then just homeward bone back to a bonfire. And that would then deal with the toxic issue. Honestly, thinking about it, that might just be... Rather than coming back here later, that might be a better bet. Yeah, we might be better off doing that. Because I completely forgot that we have homeward bones. So it's not like we have to get all the way back to a bonfire manually with toxic. We can just bone out. Farm up some toxic cure things from the guys in the gardens. Yeah, that was what I was planning on doing. But yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. We'll, we can come back here with toxic cure shit later on. Just in case we end up in trouble. Because the fucking, the devil dogs in that area are pretty dangerous as well. Hang on. We've got another, we have another Firekeeper Soul, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, so we can get our flask to +2. We're probably going to obtain 4 or 5 Firekeeper Souls over the course of this run, I'd have thought. The one in the Duke's Archives is a pain in the ass to get. Because you have to go all the way to get the key and then all the way back to the fucking cell. But... That is a Firekeeper Soul, right? It's not a... Because I always get confused whether that's a Firekeeper Soul or a Soul of a Great Hero. I know it's one of the two. The item that's in the... I'm pretty sure it's Firekeeper Soul in the cage with Logan. Yeah, it's in the cage with Logan. Okay. It is that one. I was correct. So, yeah, that's something that we're going to have to deal with. Because having the extra heal is a big deal. And we're probably going to end up killing, I guess. Honestly, if we want to go to +6, we can. Because after we open the shortcut to Lost Izalith, we don't need the Daughter of Chaos anymore, so we can kill her to get her soul. And we're almost certainly going to end up killing the Dark Moon Knightess. So, yeah. That'll be fine. Anyway, let's go talk to a snake man. Hello. I mean, we don't need to talk to him, but we might as well. Hello. Yes. Oh my god. There we go. Feed him a load of crap. Do we have anything good to feed him? Probably not, right? I mean, that's worthwhile. Let's give him more souls. Oh, yes. Sorry. We do want to give him this, don't we? Moonlight Butterfly Soul gives you a shitload more. I'm going to double check Quelaag Soul, because I actually don't know how much you get from popping this. I think it's 8 you get from popping it, so 10 would be, 10 would be an improvement. I am correct. You get 8 from popping it, so 10 is an improvement. Obviously, he loves fucking Humanity Twin Humanities, but we're going to need a shitload of Humanity to open the shortcut later in the game, so we don't want to spend any of that. I mean, we can sell a lot of this crap, but honestly, I can't be bothered selling anything that isn't worth a decent amount. And we don't have any dragon weapons or anything, so that's not going to be worthwhile. Gold Hem stuff, we may want to hold on to that, because it's very decent light armor, but nah. Yeah, let's just head off. I think this is good enough. My favorite weird guy. He is indeed a pretty weird guy. I'm not going to deny that. Okay, yeah, we want to try and get our strength up as quickly as possible. Yeah, so I am going to want to farm the stone dudes, I think. Is it worthwhile? Because I was going to say I'm going to want to farm the stone dudes to get a stone great shield. But at the same time, I want to get the ring first, the covetous gold serpent ring, and that's in Sands. So we could just pop into Sands because it's not very far in Sands. So we can just pop into Sands to grab that. I think that's probably worthwhile, actually, thinking about it. So yeah, let's head to Sands. See if we can pick up the gold ring, and then we can head to the garden and farm both blooming purple moss clumps and potentially a stone great shield. Although, souls-wise, we're a long way away from being able to use one, aren't we? We're like 6 levels away. So we're probably going to have to get most of the way through Sens anyway. At which point, why don't we just get Havels? Oh, because then we're even further away from... Yeah, okay, we do want the Stone Great Shield, because I was like, we can just get Havels, but Havels requires much higher strength. Okay, yeah. Not you, I meant Framped. Yes, I know. I addressed it as though you were referring to Framped. I understand that you may be trying to diss me now, but, you know, fuck you. Okay. Yeah, let's get the... it's worth picking up the Stone Great Shield. So we want to get the gold ring. Hi, lads. Do you want to come at me? Come at me, boys. There we go. Thank you. Oh, fuck. Oh, didn't quite manage to get him with all 3. Because one of them went past first. Rip. Do love me some big snake, boys. And then at some point, it might be worth heading to the catacombs to get the Rite of Kindling, and potentially to attempt to get another halberd. A Black Knight halberd. We get another shot at it later on. I've got the Crest Shield, which is correct. Because, as much as it may look like lightning, that attack the snake guys use actually deals magic damage. Whoops. Okay, can we backstab? Yes, nice. Bye! I was going for a parry, obviously, but you can't parry bites. Apologies. I've only seen you fighting the Asylum Demon, no other bosses. Well, to be fair, we haven't fought that many. We only really fought Bell Gargoyles, Quelaag, Tauros Demon. Oh, I did fight Stray. That was the thing that happened. So I think those are the only bosses we fought so far, though. Did I fight the Moonlight Butterfly? I actually don't remember. I don't know why I bothered opening that chest. Okay, now we can get a free soul of a hero down here, which is pretty good. Okay, hang on. I think we need to... There we go. Wake Scarp. I don't want to kill him, though, because we need him to break the wall for us. Now, you need to do your lunge. Your poke. Nope, that's not a poke. You need a poke. Pokey lunge. Pokey lunge. Nope. Okay, pokey lunge, sir. Pokey lunge. It's possible that I'm too close for him to do the pokey lunge. Pokey lunge. There we go. Thank you. Nice. Why does that break the wall? Fuck knows. A coding error, maybe? The wall is supposed to be broken by you rediverting the boulder chucking device at the top to send a boulder all the way down here. But for some reason, the Snake Man's Pokey Lunge breaks it as well. I can only assume that's intentional because it has never been patched. Don't go to the catacombs, it has the hardest boss in the game. I see you are memeing again, Mark. Now then. I really want this... Oh my god, that's what Logan's face looks like. Huh. I've never really looked at it before. Wow, that feels weird. Okay, I am torn on whether or not to follow Logan's quest. Because if you do follow Logan's quest, you get your hands on his big hat. And that is a fun... Yeah, you know what? We might follow Logan's quest. Just so we can get the big hat. I still remember seeing, there was a fantastic meme that I saw, which was like, you know, Dark Souls fans. Oh, the lore of Dark Souls is so fucking deep. It's so beautiful. It's so wonderful. There's so much going on. It's so complex and mythical. Actual Dark Souls lore. Big Hat Logan is called Big Hat Logan because he wears a big hat. Which is completely true. That is the canonical explanation for why people call him Big Hat Logan. It is because of his big hat. It's just such a dumb thing. I love it. I mean, it makes sense. Man's got a big fucking hat. You know? There we go. Now we're going to want to kill this this snaky boy. Oh, nope. Looks like we probably don't need to. Bold's going to do it for us. Because I was going to say, he can follow you in, and that can be a pain in the ass. He's protecting the steel... I was going to say stone plate ring. I actually don't know what it's called. It's ring of steel protection, I think is what it's called. But we're never going to equip that realistically. Dark Souls is very silly. Dark Souls is very silly in some ways. Okay. Now we're going to wait for the boulder to come down. We need to wait for quite a few boulders to come down, in fact. I don't actually know... Actually, yeah, this is one thing I'm unsure about. Do you have to wait at the top or at the bottom? We're going to wait at the top. I think waiting at the top is fine, because we want to get to the top anyway. And we want to re-divert the boulders when we're heading to get the actual gold ring. There we go. Got him. And now we can head through here and make our way up. Everybody loves Hush. Hush and Fall Control, the classic Vinheim combo. There we are. Now, yeah, we want to leave the boulder... We want to leave the balls pointing down there. It's way, way early for a proper break, but given that I'm going to need to wait for, like, I think it's 7 balls, might be 8 balls, to go by, I'm actually going to quickly pop off, because I started with half-drunk tea, so I'm actually going to pop the kettle on now. I'm not going to, like, leave properly, but... I am undeniably somewhat thirsty. If Pinwheel had about 3 times as much health, he would be impossibly tough. Pinwheel hits like a truck. People take the piss out of Pinwheel all the time, but if you, like... Because he dies in literally, like, 3 hits, and also there's an NPC summon who you can bring in who kills him in, like, 3 hits. But, if you hit him twice and get him down into sort of low health, and then give him time to make his clones, which can happen, you can do that by accident, I've done it before, you will just get blitzed. Like, not guaranteed, but there is a decent chance you just get absolutely blitzed, because he actually deals a lot of damage, and all of his clones deal the same damage. So, Pinwheel can genuinely be quite dangerous. If you're dealing with Pinwheel, you want to either summon Paladin Leroy for it, or you want to have, like, really high damage and just blitz him down very quickly. Pinwheel is not as... I mean, if you compare it to something like the Crawling Magus and Congregation, it's just no contest. I mean, that boss was a boss that did not deserve to be a boss. I'm trying to think what the actual easiest boss in Souls is. Barring things like tutorial bosses, which are a bit of an exception. Because obviously the easiest boss in this game, I think, is the Asylum Demon. What is the actual easiest boss in this game? I mean, it might just be Pinwheel, because you can blitz him down so easily. Because Tauros can absolutely kill people. Moonlight Butterfly can fuck you up if you're not careful. He has so many clones and does ludicrous DPS. Yeah, it's his DPS. He does... Because with my health and my defense, he'll take off like a third to half my health in one hit. Sen's boss is ludicrously simple. You might be right. Iron Golem might be the easiest. Because... thing is it easiest... Because if you don't know the trick, Iron Golem can be tough. I first played this game as a sorcerer. Iron Golem was really tough as a sorcerer. Because all you have to do, as a melee character, is hit him in the leg a couple of times, and he literally just gets staggered for the entire fight. You can just keep him stagger-locked for the entire fight quite easily. Or you can just, knock him over and have him potentially fall off the edge. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, at this point, the covetous Gold Serpent Ring will be available. We can easily pop down and grab that. However, the kettle's just finished boiling, so I'm going to pop off. But yeah, I think you're right, actually. Iron Golem is very, very straightforward. Though I think you're more likely to stumble into an easy victory against Pinwheel than the Golem, to be honest. Just because Pinwheel does have so little health. Okay. Sick. Now let's go grab ourselves a ring. We'll have plenty of time after we've made the change before the boulder changes back to be targeting us again. More than enough time to get down here and grab the ring, and then I might just... Are you fucking kidding me? What? Are you... What? You're joking. What the actual fuck? Did I miss a step? Hang on a minute. Is it because, like, you need to... Is it a thing where, like, I need to actively direct the boulders down there for that hole to start filling up? I have no idea. I've never seen that happen before. Hang on a minute. Yeah, it says 5 to 6 times. That's what I thought. Need to be near it, I think. What do you mean? Near the hole? No, you don't. You can absolutely fill it up from this room. I've done it before. I think what happened is you need to actively direct the boulders to go down that way. Because that's the only change I can think of. The only difference between what I've done historically and what I did this time is that oftentimes previously I would move the lever to knock this hole in the wall and then move it back to fill that one up. I always need to run to the bottom and wait. You shouldn't need to. Hang on, I haven't been counting. But yeah, you should be able to fill it up from the top. That I think is certain. Okay. I wasn't counting the boulders, but... Yeah, because you have to bear in mind, the hole doesn't fill up if you just stand like halfway down and let the boulders roll past you without coming to this room. So I think that's it. I think it's that you have to deliberately direct the boulders to fill up the hole rather than just allowing them to fill it up before. But yeah, I'm astounded this has never come up. There we go. I think that's probably enough now. Let's go see. Oh, for fuck's sake. Getting over that little lip is always weirdly difficult. It, like, glitches you out. There we go. Bloody hell. Yeah. It must just be that you have to manually direct it. I have never run into that before. At least not that I remember. We're not going to bother fighting the Mimic. Could actually be dangerous. Oh, also, we need to upgrade our weapon to +5, don't we? I need to go do that. But we're going to be heading past Andre now anyway, so it's kind of moot. Can I dodge backwards into this? Oh. And of course, this is the infamous elevator that you need to walk off immediately. Otherwise, it takes you upwards into the spikes. Which deals a ton of damage, by the way. So that's generally something you want to be avoiding. And then, yeah, this is still pointed the right way, right? Yeah, cool. Okay, in which case, let's head down and get out of Sense. See if we can make use of this Avarice Ring. With maximum item discovery, because we've got 10 humanity as well. Which will take us up to 410, which is the cap. Giving us 410% item discovery chance. Okay. Feels weird going through Sense backwards. I could just Homeward Bone. I'm just going to Homeward Bone. Like, genuinely, it's really throwing me seeing this environment backwards. And I'd rather just bone, because I've got so many of them, than risk potentially getting hit by one of those and instantly dying. Okay, sweet. Let's get it back up to 10 flasks. Oh, hang on. Have I not kindled this bonfire? Okay, I should kindle this bonfire, because this one's very much worth kindling. And we'll pop a couple of humanity to get us back up to 10. I didn't realize I hadn't kindled this one. Yeah, getting the right of kindling sooner rather than later might be good. Because the difference between 10 and 20 Estus flasks is pretty fucking substantial. Okay. Oh, I've got them on the hotbar. Okay, cool. Let's go upgrade this to +5, and then we can head to the garden and start farming. Oh yes, you can have the Divine Ember. I have no use for it. Coolio. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you for that, Andre. Did I kill this guy? Okay, I did. I couldn't remember if I did on this particular character. Oh, I forget that upgrading it maxes out its durability. Yeah. I was going to double check whether it's like... do we want to kill Andre? Because we can get a lot of souls by killing Andre. But I don't think that's necessary right now. And Andre is actually genuinely really dangerous. He hits pretty fucking hard and has quite a tricky moveset. Oh, need to put the ring on, don't I? So we're gonna be fat rolling here, but that should be fine. As long as these guys don't do their grabs, we'll be good. I don't think item discovery makes too much of a difference for these chaps, to be honest, because they're practically guaranteed to drop at least some form of moss. I think, actually, the purple moss drop rate might be, like, separate to the red and... not the purple, the blooming purple moss drop rate might be separate to the regular purple and the red drop rate. So it's possible that we're increasing our chances of getting both. But I think you basically always get moss, it's just random which moss you get. Because it is practically unheard of for those guys to drop nothing. Go rest at this bonfire because we're going to be farming now. So it's actually worthwhile, whereas it wasn't before. Oh shit, okay, I fucked up. I didn't mean to pick that up. It's best to leave that item there, because that means these guys always remain in the ground and are trivial to kill. Whereas because I've picked that item up, those guys are going to spawn every time and be a pain in my ass. Because fighting 3 of those guys at the same time can still be pretty dangerous. Especially when you're super slow. Yeah, it's going to make this circuit a bit of a pain, actually. I'm really regretting picking that up. I should have been a little more careful. Ooh, hello. Blood Red Moss Clump, which is functionally useless in this game. In fact, one of the things that impressed me about Elden Ring is that Elden Ring actually managed to make it so that Bleed Moss seems more useful. Like, I mean, obviously it's called something different, but Elden Ring is the first FromSoft game in which I have ever actually used the bleed reduction item, because there's simply no reason to most of the rest of the time, because it builds up so fast that, like, it just builds up incredibly quickly, and of course, there's no point in curing it after you've already been bled, because it's an instantaneous effect. So, one-hitting those stone guys is useful, true. I mean, they don't have a ton of health. They've got a lot of armor, but not a ton of health, which means very high damage weapons will just obliterate them. Also, they go down real fast to any form of strike weapon. Okay. So that's those guys. You know what? I actually think being lightly armored might be better here. We're not going to use our shield, basically, ever. Ooh, actually, no, we are. What the fuck am I on about? Let's go for Grass Crest, though. And let's see if we can drop down to 50%. Probably means just this, right? Yeah, okay. We're not going to be blocking much. Better to be quicker. Especially if we're going to have to deal with those fucking trees. Because again, the thing that's really scary about them is their grab attack. Although they can also, if there's 3 of them attacking me at the same time, they can genuinely just combo me. There's a couple of Stone Guardians down here, so that's why we're heading down here. Just maximize our kills per cycle. KPC, as I like to call it. Yep, we aggroed those guys. This is fine. Kill both of them, because I'm a fucking G. There we go. Nice. Didn't drop anything, so we don't care. At least I don't think they did, right? Because the problem is, half the time when they drop something, the sprite gets, like, concealed within their body, so it's really hard to tell. It's easier with those guys because, like, they're not... Oftentimes, you can usually tell, but it's not guaranteed, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Oh, I need to rest at the fucking bonfire. I was like, why are these guys not attacking me? I need to bring them back. That's the thing that we need to do. We need to actually bring them back. That would help a lot. We are at the discovery cap. Yeah, of course. I was like, there isn't anything else that contributes to that 410, but no, nope, we're at the cap. So this is the best chance we're going to have for them to get our hands on Great Shields. Okay. Yep. Cool. Hey, I mean, we've got Blooming Purple now. A couple of Blooming Purple is more than enough to be confident about taking on the Toxic Boys. Looks like, yeah, they're not guaranteed to drop moss. It's just an incredibly high drop rate. But yeah, I'm feeling more than confident now to take on the Toxic Boys in Blighttown. So that's good. Now we just need to stick around until we can get our hands on that fucking Great Shield. Nope. I mean, we do also end up incidentally farming souls this way because the stone guys give a lot of souls. 600 apiece. To be precise. And having, like, boatloads of moss is never going to be a bad thing. Moss is pretty damn useful. Not that we're likely to get toxicked multiple times. I mean, pretty much the only toxic that we're actually going to run into is the toxic from those guys in Blighttown, because we're not going to bother going to the Painted World. But, hey, I mean, you know. Might as well pick it up, given that we're having to do this shit anyway. Yeah, this is always the longest part of the run. It's farming the Great Shield. You notice I've got 2 Great Swords, which have the same drop rate. So I've just gotten a bit unlucky with which item dropped. But I think it's 1%. I don't think it's any higher than that because it often takes a while. And there's a decent number of 1% drop rates in this game. I'm going to double check actually. Stone Great Shield, because it's probably online. No, sorry, apologies. I was not giving them the credit that is due. It is a 2% drop rate. I mean, I say that like it's a minor change. That literally doubles my chances. So yeah, that's actually not bad. Which means with 410, my actual drop rate is like 8% on the Great Shield. So we're kind of below par at the moment. It's about, I guess that would be what, like 1 in 12-ish? So with all these buffs, we actually have a really good chance of obtaining it. You motherfucker! There we go. $12-ish, yeah, cool. RIP. Yep, shame. Let's try that again. Deal with this chappy. So yeah, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of them per loop. So we shouldn't need to do this loop too many times with a 1 in 12 drop rate before we get a Great Shield. On paper at least. Though I've played enough Pokemon to know that even relatively high seeming chances tend to come up less than you think. Just because something's 1 in 12 doesn't mean it'll take you only 12 attempts to get it. Actually, what is the chance? Is there this is actually something. Probability. Is there a correlation between the probability of an event happening and the probability of that event having happened at least once after a number of events equal to the probability, if you get what I'm saying? So, is there a correlation between the chance of 1 drop out of 12 attempts for 1 in 12 compared to 1 drop out of 100 attempts for 1 in 100 or something? Does that... because I'm asking Mark, because Mark, I think you might know if that's actually a thing. Like, is it a consistent percentage or a calculable percentage with some kind of rule? It's binomial and it's just the variance. Oh, what do you mean by when you say just the variance? Oh, by the way, you may have noticed I'm actually getting 720 souls from these guys, not 600. This is because of a mechanic in Dark Souls 1. I was going to say called overkill. It's not actually called overkill, but I call it overkill. If you overkill an enemy by dealing more than 150% of their health in one hit, you get an extra 20% souls from them, which is what's happening here. They normally give 600, but I'm actually dealing enough damage to, because they have about 200 health, I'm dealing enough damage here to kill them more than 1.5 times, which means I get a 20% soul bonus. So, for example, would you be able to tell me, kind of off the top of your head, like, is it a calculation you can do in your head, I guess? The chance of getting 1 instance out of 12 attempts for 1 in 12? Or is that something you'd still have to calculate? Expected number is NP, so if you have n trials with p equals 1 over n, then the expectation is always 1. But the variance is NP brackets 1 minus p. Oh, okay, sure, I get what you're saying. So... Oh, okay, I see. I think I see what you're saying, yeah. So the chance of it is just equal... will scale differently. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, it'll be a different probability each time, but yeah, it's calculated from the variance. Okay, that makes sense. So in this case, it would be NP brackets 1 minus P. Hang on a minute. But then if... But, so doesn't that mean... That doesn't seem right. That seems too high. Isn't that too high? If it's just equal to the variance? Because if we take that example for 1 in 12, then the number of attempts is 12. P probability is 1 in 12. So the first section of the variance cancels to 1. So the probability is just 1 minus 1 in 12, which would be like 87% after 12 attempts. Is it really that high? I'll quickly do a calculation. Because I know how to calculate, like actually calculate it. Yeah, I've got here that it's 65% chance of success after 12 attempts. There's a 63%. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I said 65, but I'm rounding. 12 trials. Yeah, but that isn't in line with the variance then, because the variance would be 92%, right? Based on that equation that you've got there. Motherfucker. Again, I'm pretty sure the Great Sword has exactly the same drop rate, so the fact that we've gotten 3 Great Swords and 1 Great Shield is just, and no Great Shield is just bad luck. Variance doesn't give you probabilities. No, but you said, when I asked you if what the probability was, you said, yeah, it's binomial and it's just the variance. What did you mean when you said it's just the variance? So I guess actually in that case, it would mean that it's 8%. Yeah, what do you mean by that? Because I don't think I understood you. You know what would be a terrible way to die? Fucking up that jump. While I'm farming these guys. Just because they resolutely refuse to drop the goddamn shield. Oh, it's the variance. The variance is the difference between 1 in 12 and 1 in 100. Oh, okay. I think I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. Possibly. Actually, no, I'm not entirely sure I do. The variance of which one, though? The variance of 1 in 12 or 1 in 100? Or you mean the difference between the probability will be the difference between 8% and 1%, so 7% difference. We're talking maths, guys. Apologies. Oh, that's how you can quantify it in general rather than doing specific calculations. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Well. Because if, for example, you have like a 1 in a... What's the chance of getting a 1 in 100 chance? Oh, at least one instance of a 1 in 100 chance after 100 attempts. Forget about probabilities for a moment, but I don't want to. That's what we've been talking about. We've been talking about probabilities, Mark. How can we talk about probabilities while forgetting about probabilities? This doesn't make any sense. You're not making any sense, sir. Oh. Come on, guys. You're letting the fucking side down here. The side is me. You realize the longer you hold out, the more of you I have to kill. Bastard. Yeah, you know, one thing which they added in Elden Ring, which is actually a really nice quality of life feature. You can always tell when you kill an enemy whether they've dropped an item. Because there's this little effect where blue sparks fly out of the enemy when they've actually dropped an item, whereas if they're not dropping an item, they just die. It's like a really cool little feature that they added for Elden Ring. that I kind of miss right now, because you have to actually like wait for the enemy to die and then kick their body around a little bit like a football just to make sure that the item isn't like hiding inside them somewhere. There we go. Got him. Got him. The probability is always 1 minus p number equals 0. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what you mean by that. P number equals 0. But if the p number equals 0, then 1 minus it is 1. Probability of getting zeros... Yeah, no, I know how to do the calculation. I'm asking if there's a way to do it in your head. Like if there's like a simple rule that relates the chance of getting exactly 1 instance after an exact number of calculations. Like, I know how to do sort of the basic calculation with a calculator. Like, to get the 65% for what I just did 11 over 12 to the power of 12, which is how you run the calculation. But, I mean, like, is there a shorthand method? Or a simple relationship that can be, fuck off! Simple relationship that can be, sort of figured out in your head. If p is 1 over n, if p is 1 over n, then for n large, then this number tends to 1 over e. Okay, sure. So that's like, what's 1 over e? Like 30-something%-ish? Oh fuck, I need to rest. God damn it. The maths talk is throwing me off. Because E's like 2.8 or something. 35% give or take, sure. Okay, so it's pretty much always going to end up being near 65% then. Because it's 1 over E. Actually, let's check what it is for 1 in 100. See what the variance is. Okay, so 1 in 100 is actually quite a bit lower. It's 30. So, what did we see? What did we say it was previously? It was like 63%. That there. Hang on. Oh no, it's still 63. It's just a low 63 instead of a high 63. Go to town Tatar for now. Going to enjoy wondering about this. I mean, it's just 60. We can just take it to be like 65%-ish. That's just, that is ultimately the answer I was looking for, is that it's always pretty much around 65%, or as the number gets higher, it tends to 1 over E, which makes sense. So 1 over 2 would have the greatest variance. Well, actually, no. An event that is certain would have the greatest variance, because the probability of an event that is guaranteed to happen occurring after one event is 100, which is the furthest it's possible to get away from 1 over E without going below it, which if it tends towards it, never will. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to wake the trees. That's a shame. Let's kill this chappie now. Nope. Before we can do that shit. That's an incredibly dangerous attack that we should never let them get off. Basically what it does is it afflicts you with a spell called Tranquil Walk of Peace, which is a spell that only existed in Dark Souls 1, and for good fucking reason, because it's insane in PvP, which basically treats you, regardless of weight category, as though you are over-encumbered. So you can't roll and you slow walk. It's really fucking dangerous. For a related problem, look up the coupon collector's problem. The variance of a certain event is 0. Oh, okay, interesting. I can, that makes sense, because if it's certain to happen, then there is no variance in the probability. It's just guaranteed to happen every time. But I guess proving that mathematically is a separate thing. No, it isn't. You just, actually, no, it isn't. You just plug it into the variance calculation, don't you? NP1 minus P, that'll just cancel to 0. Alright, well, we're getting a shitload of souls, I guess, even if we're not getting what we're actually trying to obtain. And as much as the probability talk was keeping me entertained, we are now starting to run out of shit to do to distract myself. Because again, probability is a bitch. Because we're probably... How many... Is this the 4th cycle? Which means we must be nearing on 30. Yeah, I think we've killed like 30 of these guys, which is a lot to have not gotten a single 8% drop. But, you know, I'm not mad. I'm not complaining. Fucking bastards. Especially given that we've gotten 4 of the other possible 8% drop. Just feels rude at a certain point, doesn't it? Okay. Because, yeah, I'm used to it taking a long time to farm this stuff, but at the same time, I don't normally do it with the Covetous Gold Ring. I was hoping the Covetous Gold Ring would make it a little less painful for me to farm this crap. But... c'est la vie, I suppose. Chill, guys. Just as long as you don't fucking grab me, we're gold, alright? And then once we're done with this, we can head to Sens, thence to Anor Londo. I'm trying to think if there's anything I want to kill just to get a bunch of souls. Just so I can level up my strength to the point where I can potentially wield the Great Shield. Now obviously we're going to get a shitload from the Iron Golem. You get 40k from the Iron Golem. And then the core gives, I think, 12k? I actually don't remember. So that's a decent amount. That should give us a level or 2. Because at the moment, I think it's taken us about 10k to level up, right? So I guess I shouldn't be complaining. I was talking about potentially wanting to kill stuff to get souls. Well, I mean, that's what we're doing right now. Even if that's not our intention. That is incidentally what's happening. Accidentally grinding. Classic. Oh. Motherfucker! I mean, come on. Come on. That is the 5th Stone Greatsword we've gotten. Absolute bastards. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine, fine, fine. Guess we just have to keep going. Because Great Shields are extremely powerful. The reason why we're putting so much effort into the Great Shield here is that Great Shields in this game are ludicrously strong. And having access to a Great Shield allows you to wear super heavy armor. Because realistically, if you've got a basic medium shield, you can't be fat rolling. You need to be more mobile than that. But if you've got a Great Shield, you can afford to fat roll. Which is ultimately the goal, is that we want to be wearing incredibly heavy armor. Probably Havels, just so that way we don't need to pay for Giants. Because Giants ain't cheap. And with full Havels on, we're going to be taking way less damage, but we're also, I mean, I would have to boost my endurance by like a ludicrous amount for us to be able to mid-roll in Havels. Even with the Fat Ring and the Ring of, and Havels Ring. So that's, yeah, that's going to be... We're going to want a Great Shield for that, basically, is what I'm saying. And I think that's what will give us the greatest chance of survival in this run. Being able to just block and heal tank everything. And then once we get up to 50 strength so that we can wield Havels, which is the best Great Shield in the game by like a country fucking mile. It's not even close. Stability of Havels is absurd, and its defenses are like minimum 80%. Then we're going to be able to start putting points probably into health, maybe into endurance. I haven't decided yet. Health, I think, is more important than endurance, because as much as we want... I say that, having a decent chunk of stamina is also kind of a big deal. Like a really big deal. Because again, realistically, we're never getting to the point where Havels is like where we can mid-roll in Havels, unless we put all our fucking points into Endurance, which doesn't seem like a great plan because we've been neglecting health entirely. But maybe that's okay. I don't know. Haven't really decided. Just take the fucking hits. This is fine. Because the good thing about Havels is that the poise is so unbelievably high, you can just heal tanks straight through attacks. So as long as you're not getting comboed down, you can heal off a lot. Means you burn through flasks, of course, but this is why I'm mentioning that having 20 flasks is kind of important. Nope. Motherfucker. Every goddamn time. There we go. Okay, nothing there. Yeah, this might take a while. If this keeps taking too long, I might just get bored and fuck off to Sens anyway. See if we can take on Anolondo without a Great Shield, which wouldn't be... we really kind of want a Great Shield for ONS. If we're going to be playing tank against ONS, we need a Great Shield, and I don't think I'll have the 50 strength that I need to wield Havels by that point. And Stone Great Shield is by far the best, like, backup Great Shield in my opinion. Black Iron Great Shield's also okay. We could just go get that in Sens. That might be an option. I'll double check the numbers on it. I don't think it's got great lightning resist though. Which is kind of what we want. Yeah, it's got 40% magic reduction, 50% lightning reduction. It's got phenomenal fire reduction, of course, but yeesh, that's really not great. Compared to the Stone Great Shield, which has 80% magic and 65% lightning, as well as having much higher stability. I mean, we can upgrade it to have decent stability, but that requires a lot of upgrade items we don't have. Yeah, I'd much rather get my hands on the Stone Great Shield than try and rely on the Black Iron Great Shield, especially since, as I say, I'm not too offended by the fact that I'm getting a shitload of souls from this. It'll allow me to boost my strength somewhat. I have no intention of doing, like, actual soul grinding in this run. I find it very boring. Just grinding for souls just doesn't seem worthwhile, because you only get very incremental advantages, whereas the Stone Great Shield obviously is a hell of a lot more than an incremental advantage, which is why I'm willing to put the time into it. Fuck's sake. Got him. Got him! Bum-ba-dum. Fiddle with some stuff over here, don't mind me. Don't mind me. Never mind me. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to skip through this segment. Because we are really beating the odds here, and not in a way that I actually like. Because the chances of getting the chances of not having the Great Shield at this point are pretty fucking low. Still can't believe I've gotten fucking five Stone Great Swords. 5. I mean, Jesus. I think we'll do one more round and then I'll say fuck it. Jeopardize the entire run and just charge straight to Sens. Make do with the Black Iron one. Because the thing is, we're going to be... the main thing we want the Great Shield for is ONS. And of course, lightning resistance is the most important one for ONS. Admittedly, it's only a 15% difference. But if you think about the actual amount of damage that's getting through, the difference between 50%... Oh, I completely forgot about those fuckers. God damn it. See, this is why you don't want to pick up the item. Is to prevent shit like this from happening. Or you forget about them, and then they just come in from nowhere. I'm not even going to bother pillaging anymore. We really don't need that moss. Is it faster for me to skip those 2 knights and just kill the ones that don't require me to also kill trees? I think it probably isn't, right? Oh, did I wake the other one? Ah, crap. Not paying attention to how close I was. Clearly. Ponderer is not happy. Not happy with the circumstances. Why did I do a Russian accent there? I have no idea. Wasn't even particularly good. Come on. Oh my god, you're killing me. This game is gonna kill me. I thought it was gonna I mean, it was gonna say not with frustration. Actually with frustration, but a different type of frustration than I had expected from this game. God fucking damn it. Okay, I was kind of hoping to get away without aggroing the frogs, but fine. Because you can actually aggro the knight from much closer than the frogs. At a certain point, I'm just cursed, man. I'm just going to double check that I haven't, like, accidentally picked one up and somehow missed it. Nope, nope, yep, no, it's definitely all swords. Definitely 100% swords so far, so that's fun. Yeah, I'm going to be really incentivized not to die after we get the shield, just so I don't have to do this fucking grind again. Oh, well. Okay. Let's just chin up, as they say. Keep that stiff upper lip is what I was about to say. Stiff upper lip. Holy fuck. Why are words so hard? How many levels have we got? We've literally just gotten 5 fucking levels in the grinding. That is kind of wild. I mean, hey, Grass Crest is probably helping. It's making me faster. Or giving me better stamina, rather. There we go. You know, I genuinely thought, when I first went to do this, I was like, oh, we'll probably get, you know, 2, maybe 3 blooming purple moss clumps before we get the Great Shield, and then we can head to Blighttown, but sadly not. I realize it's probably a worse experience to watch me grinding when I'm constantly complaining about the grinding, but at the same time, I am... it is occupying a rather large percentage of my mind. Ah, well. I guess we'll just have to accept it as a quirk of the game. I think, honestly, I'm going to do one more circuit and then I'm going to stop, because we'll go, like, grab the Firekeeper Soul or something, and then come back and maybe do it a bit more. Or maybe just say fuck it and go straight to the Iron Golem. I am getting a little irritated by my current RNG. And also a little bored. I play games to distract myself from the inevitability of death. How the fuck am I ever supposed to be distracted by this repetitious nonsense? I almost said repetitious then, which isn't a word. It sounds like it should be a word, and it's almost a word, but it actually isn't. I'm fighting your worst enemy in Elden Ring right now. Is this the... I mean, there's a few things that could qualify. I'm guessing you're referring to the Deathrite bird. I'm fighting my worst enemy in Dark Souls right now, which is RNG, because we're trying to get an item that has like a 10% drop rate, well, 8% drop rate, and so far we've killed... Hang on, how many cycles have I done? I've actually lost count. I've done at least 10. So we've killed at least 70 of these guys and haven't got a single one. Which, when you think about it, is kind of obscene. Okay, it is the Death Rider. I mean, I haven't fought that boss since the first time I fought him. Like, I've never gone back to try and fight that guy. I have no idea what that boss is like, using like any other build, any other strategy. I don't know if there's, you know, some kind of tactic or technique that I was missing that make that boss more reasonable to fight or anything like that. I just fucking rage quit that boss so goddamn hard. Well, I didn't. I mean, I beat it, but like, I'm never fighting that boss again, ever. It is completely optional, and the amount of pain that I had to put myself through to deal with that was, quite frankly, absurd. Definitely the toughest boss. Nah, I mean, toughest boss is an exaggeration, but I guess it was the toughest, the most unexpectedly tough boss, I think is a genuinely accurate statement, in that something like Millennia, for example, I was expecting it to be tough, so I went into it with the expectation that I was going to be there for a while. Whereas the Deathrite bird, nope, that motherfucker came out of nowhere and surprised the crap out of me with how unbelievably painful that thing was to fight. Yeah, this is the last loop. If we don't get it now, I'm going to go off and do a couple of other things. Maybe just to take a quick break from the grind. Chill, bro, chill. I do not have the patience for fucking shiny hunting or anything. It's something I've always wondered about. I'm like, you know, oh, you know what would be... Well, actually, no. Let me correct myself. I do, just not on stream. Because when I'm doing shit like this on my own, I'll just slap on a, you know, like a podcast or a YouTube video or something. I'll just fucking listen to that while I'm grinding. Whereas, when I'm on stream, that's not an option. The only source of entertainment is me, and sadly, I'm not a lot less entertaining to myself than a podcast is. Oh, hallelujah, Jesus Christ. Okay, we can leave and never come back. Well, never come back until we need to kill Sif. Thank God, okay. I think the game realized I was serious about leaving, and it's like, no, okay, fine. I fucked with you enough. You can have the shield. Piece of shit. Can we just get? No, I think we're short. We're going to be short on souls. With the soul of a hero, we can 100% just get straight up and wield this shield. We can get straight up to the goddamn 38 strength required. Jesus. Oh, I didn't even need the soul of a hero. Crap. I was expecting. Yeah, I was expecting it to go up by more than that. I guess, yeah, I didn't need the soul of a hero. Huh, okay. Maybe that was what the game was doing. The game was deliberately waiting until I had exactly enough souls. Which, by the way, that was exactly enough. If I hadn't popped that soul of a hero, I'd have 411 souls remaining. Which is less than the amount of souls I get from killing one of those stone guys. So, genuinely, that was the exact last dude I needed to kill to get exactly enough souls to boost my strength to the 38. It is bizarre that that's how that lined up. But anyway, we can play the game now! Yay! I actually think Great Shield is not the best for this area. We're actually, as much as I just spent ages getting it, we're now going to switch and leave. For the Deathrite, you can stun lock it, lol. Oh, how'd you stun lock that motherfucker? This is good information, because I might want to go back. If there's some cheesy way to beat him, I might want to go back and just do that for the catharsis. Like, do you have to hit him in a specific location or something? Or do you just have to have, like, a really poise-breaking weapon? Hi, bub. Hang on, let's just check on the... Yeah, I was going to say, double check the durability of my weapon. It is extremely unlikely that we run out of durability anytime soon. But it's still worth keeping an eye on it, because what you don't want is for your weapon to break mid-combat, right? Realistically, this weapon isn't going to break until we're at least near the end of the game, but I was a little concerned, given all the grinding that we did, that it might have gone down by more than it had. Headshots with Rock Sling and Carrion Phalanx for me. Seems like a poise-breaking weapon is all you need, and headshots. Ah, that's a good point. I wasn't using Rock Sling. One thing I did underestimate about Rock Sling on my initial playthrough is how potent the poise-breaking effect on Rock Sling is. Because the damage ain't super great, but the posture damage it deals is pretty substantial. So that was definitely something that I underappreciated when I was evaluating that spell on my first playthrough. I sort of started to get an idea of it as we got later in the game, but even then I think I very much underestimated just how much you can stun lock guys by using Rock Sling. Basically the plan is, just for those who have just arrived, the plan is I'm going to keep doing this playthrough, and if I die I'm going to switch to Elden Ring. If I don't die I'll probably switch to Elden Ring after a couple of hours, I'd have thought. Okay, so we're going to quickly we're just popping down to Blighttown to get our hands on, the Firekeeper Soul that's down here, since we now have a shitload of blooming purple moss. Just need to try not to, you know, die on the way into Blighttown. Now, I think we want to go through this methodically. Probably want to kill the enemies on the way, because, no, these guys aren't going to be able to follow me. I should be able to just sprint past these guys. But certainly the spiders we want to kill, because we are going to have to fight halfway down there. This isn't like when we first got here, where we were going to go all the way down to the bottom and then run. We are actually going to be fighting on the route down. But these guys are slow enough, and I don't think they can climb ladders. In fact, I'm 99% certain they can't. There's a few weird enemies that can climb ladders in this game, like the man serpents. They can climb ladders. They don't look like they should be able to, but they can. But those guys, I think, are too bulky to be able to do that. Because it's mostly only enemies with pretty much humanoid appearances that can actually climb ladders. Here we are. Oh, he did run after me. He did try and follow me. Okay, we're basically, the trick to getting through these guys, getting past these guys, is just allow yourself to be toxic. Just accept that you're going to be toxic the entire time, and just, like, run with it, basically. Because you're never going to be able to dodge all these motherfuckers. I mean, if you can avoid it for a while, great, but, yeah. We need to clear them out, and then we can go down and grab the Firekeeper Soul. So I'm just going to keep my health as high as I can. Now then, these guys have an irritating tendency to fall down and end up down there with the dogs, which is a problem. Because these guys are rough to kill when you have to deal with the dogs as well. Hey, there's blooming purple. Now what I'm going to do is, because I want to do some menu manipulation, I'm actually going to quickly, because we've got so many of these, I'm going to quickly detoxic myself. Then I'm going to bust out the black firebombs if we still have some. Yeah, and I'm going to try and kill him. Because you can make that jump, but it's a little tricksy. If I can just kill him with black firebombs, I'd rather do it like that. What the fuck? I just straight up missed him. It went between his legs. Okay. I guess... Well, that's going to be too short, isn't it? Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? And I don't think regular firebombs... I don't think 2 regular firebombs is enough to kill him. We're going to have to jump over. God fucking damn it. Oh, no. If we can get him again? Ah, piece of shit. Okay. Do we have any other ranged attacks? Can't imagine we do. Nope. Okay. Well, now I feel like a dick. There we go. Thank you. Jesus wept. Now, these 2 dogs can be rough. I mean, the dogs in general can be pretty rough. I don't know why I healed before curing Toxic. That was nonsense. Killed him. Also, good luck on this run. Haha. Yeah, thank you. I do appreciate it. Also, congrats on killing him, because fuck that guy. Okay, now the question is, do I want to drop down somewhere safe and slowly work my way through these dogs? Or do I want to just try and plunging attack these two right now? Because they deal a lot of damage. Fuck it. Got one of them. Fire Breath. This is fine. Cool, we're good. Okay. That's why I switched to Dragon Crest, is because these guys do have Fire Breath. I'm going to take this real slow. Don't give them too much of an opportunity to mob me. Come on. One of the things I love about Dark Souls 1 is that almost every environment where there are multiple enemies, it is absolutely possible with cautious approach to aggro them one at a time. Whereas in later games there are some situations where enemies genuinely just have linked aggro, so it's impossible to aggro them one at a time. If you aggro one, you aggro all of them. That's not a thing in Dark Souls 1. With the exception of the ambush hollows before the Bell Gargoyles. I think that's the only example I can think of where enemies genuinely aggro at the same time. I probably want to keep the Hammer Bones on. Okay, swell. And now we can head to... No, we can't. I was going to say, now we can head to Sens. No, we need to actually use the Firekeeper Soul. Then we can head to Sens. Coolio. And those are the only 3 Firekeeper Souls that are available to us right now. There's only 7 total in the entire game, and plus 7 as it happens is the maximum upgrade. However, it is impossible to get to plus 7 in Dark Souls 1, because you need a Firekeeper Soul to upgrade... you need a Firekeeper Soul as the item to upgrade your Estus Flask, and the only people who are capable of upgrading Estus Flasks are Firekeepers. So there's 4 souls that are dotted around the world, and there's 3 Firekeepers. In order to upgrade your flask to plus 7, you'd need to kill all 3 Firekeepers in order to get all 3 souls, in addition to the 4 you just find lying around. But if you've killed all 3 Firekeepers, there's no one left to upgrade your flask. So you're never going to be able to get to the actual 7th upgrade. And as it happens, you can't kill Anastasia. I've already made it impossible for me to get Anastasia's soul, Anastasia being the Firekeeper underneath Firelink Shrine. Because she's inside that cage, you can't harm her. The only way to get her soul is to leave Lautrec alive and allow him to kill her, which is a plot event that happens either after you ring both Bells of Awakening or after you obtain the 3 Firekeeper souls that I've obtained. Don't know why that triggers it, but it does. And after that, then he will just straight up kill the Firekeeper, and you have to hunt him down to reclaim her soul. If you manage to reclaim her soul, you can either use it to upgrade your flask, or you can restore it to her, which brings her back to life and relights the bonfire at Firelink. Because while she's dead, the bonfire at Firelink is out, which, given that it's the hub, is kind of a big deal. Okay, cool. We're about to head into Sens, but before we do, I think I'm going to pop off. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I will be back very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere. kettle is taking far too long to boil. What the shit? Hello from town. I'm waiting outside a Cafe Nero, and what do I get from you? Hammering noises. What am I paying an amount included in my Prime subscription for? Hammering? Because I'm okay with that. Sure. Okay. I'm glad you came around to being up on that. I'm glad you came around to deciding that that's a good thing. Hang on. It's getting bloody cold in here. Is this off? Oh, it is off. For fuck's sake. That would explain why it's cold. Because the goddamn radiator's not on. Yeah. So. It might seem a bit weird that what I'm about to do is I'm about to charge into... I spent ages grinding for a fucking Great Shield, and I'm about to charge into Sens without using the Great Shield. But the thing is, the Great Shield is mostly for the boss that comes afterwards, right? Mostly for ONS. Because tank works pretty well against ONS. We'll have to see. It should, on paper, work pretty well against ONS. I think that's a better way of putting it, because I'm used to fighting ONS with a more sort of dodgy, faster playstyle, but you are kind of in a situation... It is a bit... what's the word? It is a bit... it's more, I would say it's more of a risk to fight them like light armor, fast rolly. Because you get caught by, like, Smoke's hammer or something, you'll end up in serious trouble. Whereas with a tank build, you can just block that shit. Mostly for the archers. No, honestly, not necessarily for the archers. The archers, you're better off with a light shield, a medium shield, so you can parry. I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe we go Great Shield. Great Shield might be fine there. Because Great Shield takes the hits better. I like the ONS music, which is good because it took me 2 hours to kill them the first time. I mean, honestly, 2 hours is pretty good. ONS is not an easy boss. Oh. Okay. Cool. Sen's Fortress it is. Now, yeah, the Iron Golem shouldn't be too hard. The problem with the Iron Golem is if he knocks me off the edge, right? Again, this is, I've said it before, this is something I'm going to be saying a lot during this playthrough. There are a lot of moments in Dark Souls 1 where it's like, I'll probably be fine unless this happens, in which case I instantly die, right? That's going to come up a lot. Ooh, almost got him with all three. Ooh, that attack was slower than I expected. Oh well, we're good. Got the right rings, yeah, of course. Okay, oh, and we want Crest Shield again. Not Dragon Crest, because these attacks, despite how much they look like lightning, are in fact magic. These deal magic damage. It's one of those really weird things. Same with the Demon Fire Sage. Motherfucker's called the Demon Fire Sage, right? He's bright red and all of his attacks are bright red. What kind of damage do you think that deals? Because it's magic. Magic is the answer. It deals magic damage. It's such a weird thing. I do not understand why he doesn't deal fire damage. Like, but I know for a fact that it's magic damage because I've tried using Dragon Crest Shield and Crest Shield against that guy. And Crest is the one that actually blocks the attacks. Okay, there we go. Let that attack come off. Generally speaking, every other attack from this chap will hit the sides. So you want to wait for an attack that doesn't hit the sides and then go immediately afterwards. Now then, this guy is going to be chilling. We don't need to bother him again because we've already got everything that's through that wall. I'm impressed that they managed to repair the wall so quickly, I'm going to be honest. Okay. This is a bit of a risk, but I think it takes a while for the boulder to adjust itself after you adjust it. You know what, I'm going to run in here and wait for the snake guy to follow me. At least until I know where the boulders are, right? There we go. Okay, boulder's coming down here. So now we're good. Now I know the timings. And we should be able to get straight in here before the next boulder hits. Nice. Oh, hey, that guy's following me. Cool, let's just wait for him then. Oh, did I aggro the one in there? I didn't think I got close enough, but looks like I did. Ooh, he just managed to avoid the boulder. Nicely done, lad. Okay. Which means we don't need to worry about this guy anymore, because he's just died. Now then, we could try and sprint up before the boulders can fully rotate, but that's always a bit of a risk. I'd rather just wait for the boulder. There we go. There we are. Nice. And then this is of course the quick way to the top of the area. Or well, the top of this part of the area at least. Top of the boulder rolling room. Go fight the Mimic. I'm not going to fight the Mimic. That would require me running all the way down to the bottom of the area and then fighting the Mimic and then running all the way back up. Both of which are completely unnecessary threats to take on. Okay. I've got the quad sides. Just make sure I'm lined up correct because you have to sprint through this one. There we go. Hello. I'm going to attack. I'm going to two-hand it to fight in tight corridors because the two-handed attack is up to down. Okay, there's another one who's coming at me apparently because at least I can fucking hear him. Oh no, I've just aggroed the one outside. Okay, yeah. I was like, I thought the other one is like way further down the corridor. It shouldn't be able to get me yet, but it's the one that's further ahead because there is one that's down this part of the corridor. But yeah, no, the one that I'm hearing is this one, which I'm surprised I aggroed already. Okay. I mean, honestly, you can just kind of jog through here. You don't need to sprint. Sprinting there is obviously good, though not necessary. Because that guy is so fucking slow. Eh. Nice. Sweet, and now we're through the swinging sides, and we can just head up to the golem. Gonna need to kill the giant first, of course. Yo, have you died yet? Nope. Never died. Not once, Seppo. Not ever. If you die in real life, you die in the game. I mean, technically that isn't true. If I die in real life, the game persists. This character lasts for eternity. Are you looking forward to... That is probably a confusing message for anyone watching the stream who doesn't know what that is or why you're asking that. And you know what? I'm not going to explain it. So what is it then? It is a nickname for a festival, but I won't disclose which festival. Come on. I'm trying to bait him into his big ol' spasm attack, because that leaves him completely vulnerable and will allow me to just trivially kill him. Can you... Oh, fuck's sake. There we go, there it is. Down the stairs, down the fucking stairs. Because he can go right through the fucking walls when he does that. Jesus, okay. Use a bow? Why would I use a bow? Oh, also, I just realized I didn't go Great Shield for this guy, but honestly, that's probably fine. Probably should have gone Grass Crest, to be honest. Yeah, so what we don't want to do is get clipped by this guy to the extent that we fall off an edge. We can just deal a shitload of damage. Is he going to go off? Yes! Hey! Been a while since I managed to get that kill. Nice. Yeah, if you deal enough damage to his legs, he staggers and falls over. If you get him to fall over in the right location while he's facing the right way, he does just fall off the edge. And that also has a unique animation for it, so that's clearly very intentional. He literally, like, tumbles backwards. Let's have a watch of this cutscene, because this is an awesome one. This is a classic one, the first glimpse of Anor Londo. That's the ONS music, that is. Or at least that's the intro to it. Is quitting out when you're falling in the spirit of things? I guess depends on if it's intentional, but also I don't think there are any falls that I do accidentally where I would be capable of quitting out fast enough to save my life. Like, you fall pretty quick in this game. There aren't any falls that are a long way between when you fall off an edge and when you either hit the ground or hit a death barrier, right? There's really not a lot of them. So, yeah. I don't think that's ever going to come up. Quitting out while I'm falling would be in the spirit of things if it's an intentional skip, I guess. That would be perfectly valid. But given that I think that's the only I don't think there's any circumstance where quitting out while you're falling would be useful in this game. Other than, as I say, doing it like on the fly in order to save your own life, but I'm never going to be quick enough to do that, I don't think. That's not the Sigma grind set I've come to expect from you. Zeppo. Zeppo. Shut the fuck up. If you use the word Sigma one more time, then you're losing your mod status again. Alright? Just ban the word Sigma in my chat, but specifically from Zeppo. Other people are allowed to use it, just not Zeppo. Oh, I should switch to Great Shield for this guy. Oh well. Eh. Nice shot, bro. Oh, yeah, okay. I literally can't even block his basic attacks. I should definitely switch to Great Shield for this guy. Okay, well, he had iframes there. Yeah, so we're not going to try blocking. Because blocking when you can't block means you take increased damage. That's a mechanic that they kind of dropped. I don't actually remember which game they sort of properly dropped it in. But at a certain point, they just dropped the idea of being able to of how, like, because in Elden Ring, if you block an attack that you don't have the stamina to fully block, it knocks your shield down, but you don't take damage over it. You just get staggered, right? Whereas in Dark Souls 1, if you block an attack that you don't have the stamina to block, your shield gets knocked down and you take the full damage from the attack plus bonus damage. So, like, it punishes you for blocking attacks that you're not capable of dodging. Which is something that they, as I say, something that they did, I think, ditch in later games. Because I don't remember that being a thing. Okay, hang on. That's not a skip, by the way. That's just the actual route you're genuinely supposed to take. Throws a lot of people, that one, because that really doesn't look like something you can walk on. And yet it is. Not very Sigma Uwu. Hang on. Some fucking pop-ups appeared. Piss off. Not very Sigma Uwu cash money of you. You know what? I feel like that might even be worse than what Zeppo just said. I feel like that is offensive to my sensibilities. Now then, can we kill these guys the funny way? This is the question. We want to kill these guys the funny way. Let's see if they'll cooperate. I want to kill you the funny way. Can you be nice and let me kill you the funny way, or are you going to make me kill you the normal way? Oh, 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 yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So, for some reason, their pathing treats these corner sections as though they are completely solid. They're not. So they will just fling themselves off edges. It's quite entertaining. Oh, shit. Whoa, God. Nearly fucked up my camera control there. See, this is another one of those sections I was talking about in Dark Souls 1, where if you fuck up, you will just spontaneously die. These guys are being really nice. Normally they, yeah, do this for fucking ages. They just stand there and chuck a load of throwing daggers at you. Permaband, it's been a good ride. Died for the comedy. At least you died for something you believe in. Yes! Hell yeah, 3 for 3. That's beautiful. That's a good sign. Okay. Because, yeah, basically any area where there's like a giant drop, there is a decent chance, well, not a decent chance, but like, there is a higher chance of me dying on any area where like, a mistake is instant death than most areas where that's not true. Seems like an obvious statement, but it is worth saying, because there's a lot of instant death areas in Dark Souls 1. Now, quickly, going to have to turn around and deal with our good friend the gargoyle. You're going to walk off the edge? You often do. Good man. Thank you. I will take the plunging attack. Yes. Okay, we hit him twice. It is possible to hit him twice in a single plunging attack. That is what just happened there, and that is why he died immediately. So that worked out pretty well. Now then. This is the infamous segment. This is the Anor Londo Great Bow Snipers. We're going to have to deal with that. Honestly, these guys are pretty rough to deal with as well. I'm not sure if Great Shield's the best tactic, because these ones actually do deal lightning damage. And this Great Shield, I mean, it's got decent lightning resist. 65% isn't terrible, but it's not amazing either. Now then. Gotta get past this guy, and now we've got to be super careful, because he can actually follow me through here, but he can't follow me very far. So we need to make sure that he's de-aggroed before we start challenging the Batwing Demons. Yeah, okay. He has de-aggroed. We're in good shape. Okay. Now we're going to have to work our way through these guys. They have an irritating tendency. Do I want to switch to a light shield? No, I think I'll stick with a great shield. Because these guys have a really fucking irritating tendency to, like, jump in and attack and then jump backwards. They're actually really tricky to hit. Certainly to hit without trading. Oh, well, okay. Having said that, that worked pretty well. Yeah, they like that attack, where they jump backwards afterwards. Nice. And now let's see if we can take this guy out without getting Dragon Slayer Great Bowed. Got him. Because the archers are probably going to start shooting relatively soon. They can actually hit you from pretty damn far away. Come on. I can't actually hear if they're firing yet. Yeah. Dodgy motherfuckers. Come on. I need you to get close to me. Yeah, let's draw him back. Let's draw him back so we're not potentially risking the archers. Oof. That does a lot, man. Also, it's really fucking irritating that I can't one-shot these guys with a one-handed attack. The fact that it takes 2 hits, kind of a big deal. You know what, I think I'm going to go... This might be an error. But I kind of need to kill this guy as quickly as possible. I think we're going to go two-handed for this bit. Just hope we don't get sniped off, which can happen, but it's very unlikely. There we go. Now we want to just kill this guy immediately. There we are. And now let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I'll take that hit, that's fine. Need to make sure we're behind cover. So we don't get randomly hit by the snipers. Oh, you shitbag. There we go. Okay. Here are the snipers. Now then. So the Great Shield makes it easier to approach, but means you can't parry them at the other end. Which is by far the easiest way of killing them. Actually, you know what? What the fuck am I talking about? Why do I have to choose? I can equip 2 goddamn shields. I'm heavy. I'm like max load anyway. Okay. Let's give this a go. Because the problem with blocking these great bow shots with a light shield is that the animation for blocking a great bow shot with a light shield is you do like this giant backflip and swing backwards. which often results in you going off the edge here. So we're going to go Great Shield, which should have a better chance of us... We're unlikely to get hit. You almost never get hit if you just sprint straight up. Though you do have to be a little bit careful. Because obviously getting hit by this shit is instantly fatal. It takes you off. It takes you off the ledge. But if we do it like this, we should be okay. Now this is the tricky part, is we need to make sure that... We need to try and approach this guy without getting shot in the fucking back. Oh, shit. Okay. We've got our back against the wall. That's actually best case scenario. Because it means if he knocks us back, we can just... we're not going to go off the edge, right? Phenomenal. Okay. And now, we're going to do something a little bit stupid. We're going to go kill the other guy because he's protecting the soul of a hero. And I want the soul of a hero. Oh, shit. Okay, let's... Okay. Let's approach him with the Great Shield out. That actually did way less damage than I expected. Again, we need to wait for him to pull out his... There we go. Actual weapon. Oh, I went early there. That's not good. Let's see if we can back up a bit. Okay, there we go. That's... Oh, fucking hell, camera. My god. That's also a fine way of killing them, is just to stand there and block, and they generally end up killing themselves. But, yeah. Let's pick this up. Risking my life for 10k souls. Seems worthwhile. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to be quite that close, because I did fuck up the shield switch, which meant that I wasn't able to parry off the first attack. There we are. Nice. Jesus. What do you mean, Jesus? It was fine. Perfectly in control. And now it's ONS time. Let's kindle this bonfire, because I definitely want 10 flasks for this. Buff the strength one more time. Yeah, like I say, I haven't tried ONS with a tank build in a while, so... it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. This could go well, this could go poorly. Pop off and grab ourselves, of course. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Sorry, I completely forgot. I was like, yeah, they're going to deal a lot of damage to me through knight armor. I'm not going to be wearing the fucking knight armor, am I? That's the entire reason we're going tank. Is because we're going to be wearing much, much better armor. And also have a much better great shield, but we can't wield it yet, so, you know. Because this requires 50 strength. And we don't need the Dragon Tooth, so I'm not bothering with that. Ooh, where's Havel's? Here we are. Set of armor that is literally made from rock. And here we're seeing the strength of Havel's ring combined with the Ring of Favor and Protection. I'm currently at 81 out of 90 pound equipment load. If I were missing either of those rings, I would not be able to wear this with my current endurance. But I'm not, so I can. Okay. And here's another top tip. This is another speedrun strat you guys can employ on your own runs. You can skip the entire top half of Anor Londo by jumping over this ledge. Like so. I was gonna go open the shortcut, but do I fucking need to? The only reason the shortcut's relevant is if I die, and if I die, we're resetting anyway, so... Okay, let's see if we can sprint through this room without getting fucked up. Because this is the tough part, guys. This is the legends themselves. Ornstein and Smorg. And yes, I say Smorg. That's what I've always said. I know half the internet calls him Smough and half the internet calls him Smo, so I'm in a weird minority by calling him Smorg, but hey, as far as I'm aware, there is no actual guidance on how that name is supposed to be pronounced, so fuck you, my interpretation is just as valid as anyone else's. Okay, so, ooh, we have to go around the front. That's not good, because it means the Dragon Bow Sniper can get me. Nah, it's fine, he's a terrible shot. We're good. Okay, this could be rough. Let's see how this goes. It really depends on how much damage I do to Ornstein. Oof. Get away from the fucking fog so we can't get hit through it. Oh, he decided to lightning blast me. Piece of shit. And away from there so we can't get hit through that. The fact that Smorg got to me first is kind of a problem. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of chip lightning. This is fine. God fucking damn it, sir. Can you let your friend get in front of you, please? Because I do not want to be taking you on. Right, they're really not behaving. If this was a speedrun, I'd have reset already. Because that's what the speedrunners do. Is they reset if Ornstein doesn't behave. If Ornstein doesn't get to them fast enough, they just straight up reset the whole run. Oof, that wasn't good. They're comboing me something awful right now. We need to get them separate. He just keeps getting stuck behind Smorg. This is actually really, really bad RNG. Come on. Okay, can you stop doing your range attacks, please, and charge me? Okay, he's charging now, but he keeps charging in the wrong way. Smorg keeps doing his fucking charge. He keeps doing his charge, and Ornstein's not doing his charge enough. Which means that Smorg keeps getting to me first, and we do want to kill Ornstein first. Perfect. Thank you, sir. Yes, this is good. This is good. Phenomenal. How much damage do we do? That's pretty alright. I'll take it. Big hammer jump. There we go. I was going to say that's a retaliation. Now we probably want to... we want to be a little conservative with our healing, but we also don't want to get one shot by Smorg. So yeah, we're playing this super careful. Yes, good man, good man, good man. Thank you. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I'm going to heal when I can. And by when I can, that generally means when I'm behind a pillar. Because, oh shit, we don't want to be in this area. This is bad, this is bad. We need to be able to keep drawing them in circles around the room. Ornstein, do you want to come at me? There we go. And, oh, nope, he didn't do the follow-up. I would have charged in to get him if he'd done the follow-up. Not going to do that now, of course. Oh, no, I am, because Smorg's busy. Yes, good, good, good. Stay separate, stay separate. Smorg's stuck on a pillar, or he wasn't, actually, but fine. Fuck's sake, man. Bastard keeps dodging. We need to be careful not to get worn down, though we have a lot of humanity, so that's unlikely to happen. God damn. My idea of this weapon's range is apparently pretty bad. Yeah. We'll need to be super careful about locking on, because it means we often end up facing the wrong way. Yeah, I'll take that spear hit. This is fine. Oh, shit. This is not fine. Need to go away and heal. That was a little scuffed. You fool, it's pronounced Smorg. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Zeppo. What do you mean? Okay. Yeah, I need Ornstein to do another fucking charge. Not that one. That's his fucking grab. That's not great. We definitely don't want to get hit by that. Yes, good man, good man, good man. Oh, shit, nope. Oh, crap, that was bad. Okay, we're in a bad spot here. Because we're in a fucking corner. We need pillars. We need pillars, guys! Pillars are the only way to true safety in this fight. There we go. Yeah, this is why the pillars are so important. In case anyone was wondering, like, people talk about pillars a lot in Dark Souls duo boss fights. This is why people talk about pillars. It's because of how insanely useful they are in this fight specifically. Nice. Okay, one more hit and Ornstein goes down. That's huge. He backed off. Shame. Because when it's just Smorg on his own, we should be okay. As long as we don't get butt slammed, of course. Smorg's butt slam is legendary. Yeah, you need to be moving faster, my friend. Not you, the other one. In case you're wondering, the reason I'm not getting like chip damage on Smorg is because he gets healed to full after Ornstein dies, so there's literally no point. There we go, got him. And now we're about to spawn next to him, which isn't great, so we got the heal off though. Oh my god, that's terrible. Okay. We need to be careful about the butt slam, because that lightning damage is going to be what kills us, right? Lightning chip damage through the hammer is going to be a big problem for us in this fight. Not through the hammer, sorry, through the shield. I mean, from his hammer, certainly. Whoop, yes, good. That should just miss us. We're good. Apparently, my attack missed as well. Not entirely sure how that happened. Yeah. So that's the biggest danger. That's why I wanted to prioritize lightning resist on the Great Shield. Okay, I mean, if you want to keep butt slamming, my dude, you can keep on butt slamming. Ah, okay. So this is an interesting quirk of the fight. You may be wondering, why the fuck did that not deal damage? With weapon attacks, if they hit the hammer first, they deal no damage to Smorg. Because the hammer basically acts as a shield. That's how it's like scripted and designed. But what that means is that the way it's coded, any attack that hits the hammer first just deals no damage to him, straight up. So I should probably be prioritizing regular attacks instead of running attacks, because my regular attacks go from the right to the left, and are therefore less likely to hit his hammer first. Whoops. Can you do a simple attack that is not a butt slam? Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you. Problem is, if he decides to do a charge when we're right next to him, we'll take a shitload of damage. So I do need to be very careful of that. Butt slam is fine. As long as he doesn't land on us, we can block that pretty easily. Because that's one of his most damaging attacks, the butt slam. I'm going to heal when I have the opportunity, just to make sure we don't get womboed. Oof. He got me with the fucking jump back knockdown. That's the problem. Okay, here we go. As long as you only block the final hit of the charge, you're good. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that could have been very, very bad for us. Like, really bad for us. If he'd knocked through my block there with the actual charge. It's good to know that we can block the charge, though. I thought we couldn't. By the charge, I mean... Oh, shit, that's not what I meant to do. I was trying to sprint at him, but I accidentally rolled instead. Come on, big boy. A lot of his attacks just miss you if you're underneath the hammer's handle, but it's often difficult to judge the range on that. Okay, because this one, yeah, that one should, I was going to say. Basically, we're playing this super cautious because this guy deals a fuckload of damage. Nice. I mean, if you stop charging, my friend, that would be appreciated. Did you hear what I said? You know what? If you want to charge again, you can get stuck on a fucking pillar, mate. Alright? There we go. Jesus. I'm probably playing a little overcautious here, but as I say, it has been a while since I fought these guys, so... Trying not to take too many unnecessary risks. And bear in mind, I can't really dodge. Like, going the tank route is obviously very good, as you can see. We're just, you know, handling it slowly and cautiously, taking the hits without too much of a problem. But what it does mean is that we are incapable of dodging, right? Okay, butt slam, this is fine. We'll just take that. Now, one more hit and he's dead. So we can be a little more reckless in the sense that we can just charge in and get a hit when he might otherwise have punished the hit afterwards. Okay. You need to do something other than your charge, mate, because right now I can't do shit against the charge. Well, we were stuck on a pillar. He used the pillar against me in the manner that you're supposed to use it against him. Come on. Fuck off, man. He knows he's near dead. So he's just spamming the charge, like the one attack that I can't properly punish. Yes, go back, go back, go back. Good man. There we go. Woof. That was a solid fight. Would have been a hell of a lot faster if I'd gone with a dodgy character, but, you know, would also have been a greater risk, which was the point. Because these guys hit pretty fucking hard. Really fucking hard, actually. And now, it's probably worth doing Gwendolyn, isn't it? Thinking about it. You know what, let's kindle this. Just to get back up to 10 flasks, because we're about to make our way through Spooky Londo. And then pop another one. We may need to do humanity farming at some point, just because we do need 30 for what's-her-face. Daughter of Chaos. To bypass the Demon Fire Sage and the Centipede Demon. Which is the plan. Because those fights can be a little rough. Better to avoid them entirely. Hell yeah! Now we can teleport. And also, fuck, hang on. I don't have any ranged attacks. I used all my firebombs. Shit. Don't have a bow or anything. God damn it. Okay, we need to go get some firebombs. Or throwing daggers or something. What's easiest? Kill the undead merchant, unfortunately. He'd be pretty quick. I actually don't remember. Oh, no, hang on. There's firebombs I didn't pick up in Firelink. We can grab those. Where are the firebombs? They are down here, I believe. Nice. And now we can go and commit a sin of blasphemy. Everybody's favorite sin. Chamber of the Princess. Because I want another Firekeeper soul, and also I want to kill Gwendolyn. And I can't be bothered going and getting the Darkmoon Silence Ring, so we're doing it the old-fashioned way. Hey, Guinevere. Eh. I just killed a god. Except I didn't. It's a fake god, created by a different god, who we're now going to go and kill. So yeah, lore explanation is, Anor Londo was abandoned by the gods long ago. The majesty that we see, all the enemies that we see, possibly even ONS themselves, are all illusions created by the one god who does remain, which is Gwendolyn. In an attempt to basically make it seem like the gods are still around. By attacking Guinevere, we basically cause Gwendolyn to dismiss the illusion and be like, right, you fucked up, mate. We thought you were going to be like the agent of the gods and whatnot, but nope, you fucked up, and now have fun in seeing what the world is really like or whatever. But among other things, it means we now have access to Gwendolyn. There's only two ways to access Gwendolyn. One of which is to get a ring for his covenant, and the other one of which is to do what I just did. Oh, that was not a good trade. He does a lot of damage, huh? Yeah, these guys could be a little spooky, not going to lie. Especially the one in Tarkus's gear. Can we go in, please? Thank you. Jesus. This guy won't deal fuck all damage to me, but the greatsword guy will. Oh, never mind. Jesus, that's good. That's good damage, man. That's good damage. Congrats. Struggle to get through my shield. The fact that there's two of them is a pain, of course. It's always going to be true. Just kill this one first. Nice. I mean, if you want to backstab fish, we can backstab fish. I'm on board. I've played PvP in this game. Are you? Okay, there we go. Thank you. That's 90% of PvP in Dark Souls 1. Just fishing for backstabs, baby. Okay, let's head out the front, kill the Firekeeper, and then head down to Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn should be straightforward. It's not a particularly challenging boss. Never tried tank for Gwendolyn, really. Normally you play light armor and just kind of dodge, but I feel like just in case I get hit, maybe we should be careful, because this shield does have 80% magic resist. So, it's pretty phenomenal in that sense. There's the Firekeeper, who's like, oi, bish, do you try and kill the fucking Guinevere? I'll have you. Yeah, don't parry me, please. That would be annoying. Are you going to try and buff after initiating combat? Because that's a bold move. That's parry stance, so can't afford to attack her. I think, actually, you can't parry jumping attacks in this game. Certainly you can't parry jumping attacks, I think, in Dark Souls 2. I don't actually remember whether you can parry jumping attacks in Dark Souls 1. I mean, I was going to say, because she's really taking the piss right now. There we go. Thank you. There we are. Boom. What's my strength at now? By the way, we haven't hit the 50 yet now. 4 levels. 4 levels and we can wield Havels. Which, I mean, defense-wise is ludicrous. 90, 80, 80, and has a stability of 84, which is only slightly better than the Stone Great Shield. But, I mean, yeah, Havels is just bonkers. Do need to go down another level. As I say, we're not going to bother with the painted world. Because it's entirely optional and it's quite dangerous. As opposed to something like this, for example, which is entirely optional, but I'm reasonably confident that I can get through Gwendolyn without dying. Now, Gwendolyn deals stupid damage, but he's only got 3 attacks, each of which has a very kind of scripted response. And even if I fuck up some of the, like, avoidance tactics... hang on, let's level up my strength, just for slightly more damage. Even if I fuck up some of the avoidance tactics, I'll be able to block the attacks. Let me see, how much? I've got a decent amount of souls. I don't think I have 3 levels worth, but I've got a lot. Yeah, that's 12. I think Smorg also 12? Yeah. Then Hero is 10. Yeah, that's 2 levels. And now we're 13k away. Yeah, a little short. So we'll be able to get up to Havels after we kill Gwendolyn, basically, is what's going on here. Because that's 5... No, sorry, that's 3. That's 2. That's 3, because it's 3 lots of 1. So that's 8 total, which is not enough. Okay. Because we need like 13. Come on, bub. Bow? Nope. It's that. Okay. I'm going to become a pillar man. There we go. Now it's the bow. Thank you. Okay. Do 3 volleys. Do 3 volleys. Do 3 volleys. Yes. Yes. 3 volleys. 3 volley Gwendolyn. 3 volley Gwendolyn. Oh, you motherfucker. Yeah, this is going to be a long one, guys. I'm just really slow. To be honest, I didn't think about that. The fact that it's going to be more of a pain in the ass to close with him because of how slow I am. Okay. Now we want to wait for the bow. Because if we get any closer, he'll teleport. That's the bow. Phenomenal. Phenomenal, sir. Can we get a 3rd one off? No. Didn't have the stamina. Okay. Pillar time. Hey, look, more pillar time. Okay, bow now. Ooh, okay, just clip me there. Do want to be a little cautious here. Okay. Want to wait for another bow. Okay, that's one we need to avoid. Yeah. We should be able to avoid it just by sprinting to the left and to the right. Okay, I'm going to heal now. Because the superpowered move might actually seriously... Okay. I healed when I was slightly too far out from the side. Can you just pull out your fucking bow, mate? Yes, thank you. 2 hits. Gotcha! There we go. Rip Gwendolyn. Yeah, an eternal curse upon me, blah, 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 blah. I know the drill, I know the drill. Okay, let's head on out. There's nothing down the end that we care about. Only did it for the 40k souls. And also Soul of Gwendolyn, which is worth... Honestly, I don't remember off the top of my head. I think... Is it worth 20k? No, it's worth 20k when you give it to Frampt. Yeah, we want to give this one to Frampt. And now, yeah, I mean, I think... Do we want to boost health or stamina? Because we're getting to the point where there were some attacks there where I really did want more stamina to block. But health is always going to be good. You know what, let's boost endurance a little bit, and then we'll start boosting them side by side. Because I actually think, if I remember rightly... Oh, no, okay, we're good. I'm thinking of the Black Knight Halberd, yeah. Black Knight Halberd plus full Havels is exactly 90 equip load. It's exactly 90, which means with this setup, at 10 endurance, you can have exactly that equipped and nothing else. But of course I've got the Black Knight's Sword, which is significantly lighter than the Halberd. Okay, swell. And now, we can leave Anor Londo, never to return. Head back to Firelink. Trade Gwendolyn's soul in with Frampt. And then what do we want to do? We have some options. Oh, well, we need to place the Lord Vessel first. Let's do that. And then we'll figure out what we want to do. Oi! Wake up! I've completed your quest, you stupid elderly snake. There we go. Okay, fine. Come on, Frampt. Wakey, wakey. I need you to vor me. I wish I was joking. That's genuinely what happens. Dark Souls. Ah, disgraceful. Disgraceful. Catering to the fetishists. Thank you. And now we get to see Frampt, who is already a ridiculous NPC, looking even more ridiculous with his weird nose flappies just dangling down. Place the altar vessel on the Lord. Lord vessel placed, blah, blah, blah. And now there's a bunch of areas we didn't have access to previously, which we have access to. Take me back. Yeah. Gonna skip that. Boom. Now, eat this soul. It's a delicious soul. The soul of a god, in fact. Thank God. Okay. And now we're going to get Estus Flask to +4. And then, what do we want to do first? I mean, we could just go all in and do Better Chaos first and just say, right, fuck it, if I survive, I survive. Alternatively, I can leave Bed of Chaos to last, just to see if I can actually get through the others first without dying, and then deal with the bed. What's the easiest? None of these are straightforward. They're all very dangerous. Is it Nito? Yeah, maybe we do Nito first, just so we can get the Rite of Kindling. And we get another shot at a Black Knight Halberd. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Already did that. Whoops. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Let's go do Catacombs and Tomb of the Giants. Although we don't have a light source, but I'm pretty sure I can remember the route through Tomb of Giants. And if need be, we can just get past Pinwheel, get to the bonfire, because there is a bonfire in Tomb of Giants you can warp to. We could just get to that bonfire and then warp out, and then do some other stuff after acquiring the Rite of Kindling. Because Rite of Kindling gives you a hell of a lot of longevity. It basically means... So basically, the strategy to not die in Dark Souls 1 is to heal every single time you take a hit. Which, with 20 flasks, is a lot easier than with 10. Because... And I know, stay with me, we're getting into some technical maths here. 20 is a significantly bigger number than 10. It is, in fact, twice as many, which is a lot. Okay. Now we got to kill some necros. This should be straightforward enough. The gargantuan defense and poise we've got should mean that these skeletons do basically nothing to us and aren't even capable of staggering us out of hits. Yeah. Ooh, I don't quite one-shot necros. That's annoying. No point in lighting that bonfire. Can you come out of parry stance, please? I'll be honest, I'm just going to try and kick you. Even if I fuck up and attack instead of kicking. The reason I don't kick enemies in parry stance is because if I fuck up the timings, I just attack, and that means they get the parry off. But even if I fuck up, these skeletons are not going to do that much damage to me with a single parry. There we go. Nicely done, sir. Oh yeah, hang on, there's no point in killing these guys. These ones are immortal. We got to deal with the necro first. Hold up, friend. Let's not go running away just yet. Thank you. Neato. I mean the word neat followed by an O, not the boss. Okay. Now then. We could be cautious and slowly make our way through this zone. Or we could skip half of it with a potentially fatal drop. Okay. If I fuck up and miss that platform, that drop does just straight up kill me. Now then. Do we want to go for the Black Knight Great Axe? That's an important question. I kind of do want to go for Black Knight Great Axe. Let's go for Black Knight Great Axe. Just to see if we can get lucky. Because we've got the silver ring, although we can't wear the silver ring because we're wearing Havels. So we'll just take the regular... we'll just take the 40% drop rate, because getting the Great Axe isn't the biggest deal in the world, but it is quite a fun weapon. And it's better than the sword. I'm going to wait for these guys to get up to the top, and then I'm going to... Oh, you know what? Fuck it. No, I'm not. I'm just going to land on them. Now, we need to kill the necro first, otherwise I'll have two immortal skeletons beating my ass while I'm trying to fight the fucking Black Knight, which isn't really the best way to, you know, live. And the necro's just here, so it's not exactly hard. Ooh, I thought I might have gotten a triple kill. Oh yeah, shit. I forgot that that guy takes 2 hits. God damn, Black Knight's sword really doesn't do that much damage compared to the other weapons, huh? Okay. So let's see if we can handle Great Axe Man. Should be able to. We're kind of over-leveled for this bit. Gonna heal to full first, of course. We can handle him. I was not expecting to one-shot there. To be fair, that's because we double hit. Now, this is the strat, by the way. Wait for the bone wheels to gather. There should be 4 of them that attack me when I'm here. Nice. Get up to full, and let's see if I can pull off the plunge. There we go. Everyone loves the quad kill, and there's 2 more bone wheels we're going to need to deal with individually. But that's most of the threat from this room gone. Bone wheel skeletons. These are some of the most lethal enemies in the game, by the way. Not for us, because Havel's Great Shield completely fucking clowns on them, but for a lower level character with a worse shield, these guys are actually seriously dangerous. Oh hey! Wisp got both of them. That works. Oh! No, there's 3. Why did I think there was only 2 over there? Huh. Okay. Fucking hell, bro. Can you chill out? There we go. Thank you. But yeah, basically, they deal damage stupidly fast. And if you've got low poise, they will just stagger lock you. So what happens is they roll into you and they deal like small amounts of damage, but like, you know, 3 or 4 times a second. It's like tick, 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 or whatever. If you try and block it, oftentimes they get kind of stuck on your shield, and they drain all of your stamina. Basically, they stun lock you, is the way it works. They will just stagger lock you to death, and they kill you pretty damn fast. Whereas, with Havel's Great Shield, they're never, ever going to burn through my endurance. With Havel's Armor, they're never going to stagger me. Like, it just leaves me in good shape. Okay, now we do need to be careful for Pinwheel. As much as Pinwheel gets fucking clowned on by a lot of people, he does genuinely deal a shitload of damage if you let him, especially if you leave him alive when he's on low health. Depends on how many clones he summons. We're going to probably take this a little slow, deal with the clones first, and then try and get as much damage off as possible on Pinwheel himself. Now, I'm pretty sure that's Pinwheel. I think this is the clone. Yeah, that's the clone. Okay. Now, Pinwheel! Friend! Fuck's sake. So he summoned more clones, but we're just going to try and kill him before he can teleport away. There we go. Got him. And that's why people say Pinwheel's piss easy, because he is, but if he gets to low health and you don't kill him, and he manages to teleport away, he's able to summon like 6 clones or something. Maybe it's 5. There's a lot of them, and they all deal the same amount of damage, so if they all kind of hit you simultaneously, you end up in serious trouble. Okay. Now, admittedly, this is perhaps an unnecessary risk, going through Tomb of the Giants blind, but I'm pretty sure I can remember the route, so it's a risk I'm willing to take. Come at me, laddie. Hello? There we go. That works. So now this path should curve around. Yep, there we go. Hug this wall. Now we slide down here. And then the bonfire's just down here. So, when we can make the decision on whether or not to continue after we grab the bonfire down here. Fuck off, sir. Go on, can you attack me, please? So I can kill you. Ooh, yeah, we want to be careful. There is an edge right behind me. So we don't want to go off the edge. I don't know how he missed me there. That was interesting. Yeah, can you do an attack that's punishable, please? Oh, I don't like the position you're in now, sir. He's not giving me opportunity. You know what? Fuck it. There we go. I'm playing very passively. That's possibly not the best bet. Here we are. There we go. Now, bonfire should, if I remember rightly, be over here. There we go. And now let's kindle this to the max. Do we want to kindle this to the max? No. You know what we're going to do? We're going to warp out to Firelink. We're going to kindle Firelink to the max. And then we're going to rest at Firelink and warp back. So we have the 20 flask benefit. But we don't have to kindle a random bonfire that we're probably never using again. Because Firelink is obviously going to be our primary bonfire for the Four Kings as well. Cool. Do we want to just go do Nito now? The question is, how confident am I about Dark Tomb, right? I feel like it's unnecessary. But how close are we to having 30 humanity? 13, 9, so we need 8 more? Wonder what the best way is to get 8 humanity. I'm trying to think, because oftentimes when I get to this stage, I've just got enough humanity. I mean, you could murder this guy. He drops humanity. Yeah, let's go down. Let's go down the murder route. Only 2. Can farm humanity from rats, of course. I'm trying to think if there's a location with a decent sort of dump of humanity. It's because I've used a lot on kindling. More than I normally do. Because obviously the sort of... One of the better strats for obtaining humanity is to farm yourself a Dark Hand, and then you can drain humanity directly from a lot of NPCs. But given that we're really, really close to it anyway, it seems better for me to just seek out some Twin Humanities or something, rather than bothering to farm a Dark Hand, which doesn't have an amazing drop rate. Okay, this is just the article on humanity, not on soft humanity rather than hard humanity, which is generally the term that's used. Humanity items. Any decent notes on the location? Oh, Chester sells a shitload, but we're not going into fucking Artorias the Abyss. That seems like a terrible idea. Patches sells 3. Yeah, we kind of skipped Patches. Yeah, I mean, it's just a 5% chance from rats, right? So we could just farm some rats. We're a long way off, though. We could. It might be better for me to just go to another zone, and then we probably end up picking up some incidental humanity. That's 9, that's 6, so 15. We have 24. We need 6 more. Yeah, alright, in which case, let's do the catacombs then. Oh, not the catacombs, sorry, I meant New Londo, but we need to go do Sif first. Let's go do Sif. Hey, we can kill Andre. I actually don't know if Andre drops humanity. Most NPCs do, but Andre might be different. And yes, we are going to kill Andre. I think I'll buy the repair box from him before I do, just in case. It's unlikely to come up, but 2,000 souls is not a big cost at this stage. And I'll actually pick up the weaponsmith box as well, just in case we get lucky with like a halberd drop. And choose to switch or something. Because halberd is significantly better than sword. Hey, look at me! I'm swiveling! Everybody loves swiveling. Yeah, I'll buy those couple of things from Andre, and then we can murder him. Because it'll be cheaper to buy those things and then kill him than it will to buy the crest. And we can go fight Sif. We should be able to handle Sif, I'd have thought. Sif can be a little spooky for high poise characters, actually, because Sif's most dangerous attack is this attack where he does like a double circle with his sword. And if you're lightly armored, the first hit knocks you down. So the second hit misses you, but if you have high poise, you get hit by both, which just straight up doubles the damage from the attack. So that can actually be, that's a legitimately spooky thing. He could deal a lot of damage with that. Weaponsmith box and the repair box. Armorsmith box, basically useless. The amount that it increases the defense of your armor is pitiful. God, I love Andre. Look at this. He's got a completely unique moveset. It's so strange. Like, they just gave this character a completely unique moveset. He does, like, really quick punches, and he's got this drop kick. I want him to drop kick. Do a drop kick. Come on, Andre. Drop kick me. I know you want to. Come on. It's your best move. Do the drop kick. He deals so much damage as well. Look how fast that comes out. I don't know why he's refusing to do the dropkick, because normally he does it like real... Normally he does it a lot. He's a big fan of the dropkick. Come on, bud. He's also not pursuing me very quickly, which is a little strange. There we go, that's better. He's got his jog back. He's got his jog back. Drop kick me. Drop kick me, Andre. There we go. Cool, he demonstrated it. Now he can die. Hey, he does. 3 humanity. Not bad. I will take it. And also the blacksmith hammer, of course. Cool. Oh, and we're going to be able to... Ah, yeah. Sorry, we're also going to be able to get humanity, I think, probably from Shiva of the East and his ninja companion, aren't we? Because, of course, we are going to murder those two as well. Because I want to show you guys... I talked last time about an item called the Dark Woodgrain Ring. I want to show you exactly how that works. And it is available in the Darkroot Garden. Now that we have the crest of Artorias. Got to be really careful with this guy, because it's very easy to accidentally fall off that edge. You don't actually need the crest, you can just go around. But, yeah. Easier to get the crest than it is to go past the fucking Hydra. Hydra's a pain in the ass. Hydra can combo you. If you just get stuck in a loop of it sort of knocking you down with the water blast attacks and aren't able to get out of it, you can get comboed pretty rough by the Hydra. Oh, I think we've got a level as well. Nice. A little bit more endurance. I think I might get my endurance maybe to 16 and then start leveling endurance and health together. Because I would not mind a little bit more health. Okay, cool. Now, let's deal with all the NPCs. Where's the first knight? There he is. Okay, so the knight enemies are actually quite tough, but these guys don't respawn. The mage, the thief, the cleric, and the bandit all respawn, but the two knights don't, which is an odd one. Okay, so I want to show you guys... I'm probably not going to bother on this chap, but I want to show you guys there is a quick and easy way to kill every NPC in this forest. Not simultaneously, but like individually. It's a strategy that works on all of them. It's the worst on the mage, so we're probably going to fight the mage normally, because the mage has ranged attacks. It still works, but it often takes him a while to actually like close with you. Just going to run back here. Can you come and try and hit me with your sword like you sometimes do? Because that makes this fight a lot easier. Because you're really shit with a sword. Nice. Thank you. Okay. Now, we need to find the other knight. I don't remember exactly where he starts. Somewhere over here. Might be better to do the thief first, because I'd rather not fight two at once if I can avoid it. Oh, well, there's the thief anyway. Cool. You know what? Let's see if we can get the thief with the strat. Unfortunately, because we're super slow, we can't really get much distance on them. Yeah, he's close behind. Okay, let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can get him. What you want to do is you want to stand here. Because for some reason, this bugs out their AI, and in order to approach you, they always run up and over the stairs. At which point, you can just boot them off the edge. Well, okay, or he can roll off the edge himself. Either way, that works. It's every time. For some reason, the AI doesn't recognize this as a viable path. So they always run up and over the stairs. Every time. It's really bizarre. But, I mean, this is one of the best farming spots in the game if you want souls. Because these guys give you a few thousand each. Knights give 3k. Mage, cleric, and rogue all give 2k, and the bandit gives 1k, I believe. I might be wrong about that. Where is the fucking knight? Is he around here somewhere? There he is. Okay, cool. See if you can keep up with me, sir. I'm going to try and get him off the edge the same way. Come on, lad. Nice, nice, nice. Come at me, boyo. He's not coming at me. He's too busy attacking trees, apparently. What the fuck are you doing, lad? Or is he tethered? That's a pain. No, he's not really tethered. He's just kind of being a bit of a dick about it. Okay. Come on! Over the stairs. Thank you. Oh, wow. I've never seen them do that. He just straight up... like, I didn't even need to kick him. He just killed himself. Oh my god, I have never seen that. That is fucking brilliant. Okay, I'm probably just going to kill the cleric and the bandit normally, because I can't be asked luring them back there. But if you are... Because you can get Crest of Artorias at a relatively low level. If you want to do, like, low-level farming, this is the way to do it. Just save up 10k for the crest. Or 20k for the crest, rather. And you'll make 20k back in, like, 2 loops of this easy. So, you can then... from that point on, it's just profit. Bandit, funnily enough, despite the fact that he gives the least souls, is actually the toughest of them. He deals the most damage by far. Got him. Okay. So now we need to make the Ninja and Shiva of the East spawn. Let's go do that now. Don't want to skip through this dialogue too quickly because you do not get to remake this decision. Fortunately, it defaults to the one you should pick, which is yes both times. But yeah, if you say no, then Alvina doesn't let you rejoin or redo the. She doesn't ask again. Cool. Yes, never double cross your kin. If you ever double cross a member of the Cat Covenant, you cannot rejoin it. So unfortunately, what we're about to do is betray a member of the Cat Covenant because this guy has a cool ring. And I want his ring. Oh, fuck. Okay, that was not what I meant to do. Shit, this has gone badly. Okay. What I was trying to do was kick him to knock him off the edge so I could kill him before they both aggroed. Fuck, this is bad. Okay, we're in a rough spot here. We need to get a heal off before Shiva can hit us because we're dead to one hit from Shiva. So I need to be a little careful. Use the trees, use the scenery. Try and get some distance. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now we need to get some distance, get some space by sprinting back. Because, yeah, as I say, we are dead to one hit from Shiva right now. Which isn't a great spot to be in. As long as I can get one flask off, we win. Okay, we're good. I win. Nice. Yeah, that was bad. I fucked up the kick. Because you want to just kick that guy off the edge. Shiva still aggroes, but means you don't have to deal with both of them at the same time. Oh, okay. That would... I did not manage to get my shield up quite as quickly as I would have thought there. Yes, use the trees, use the trees. Nice. Got him. Give me a Murakumo, mate. And also, I'm pretty sure you drop humanity. Yes, you do. Fabulous. And so does the other guy, who we're now gonna go and get the loot from him. Because this is what we actually did this for. Actually, to be fair, I actually kind of did this for the humanity more than anything else, because this will take me much closer to Izalith. But, in addition to the humanity, we get our hands on the Dark Wood Grain Ring, which does this. Hang on, let's get naked. Drop below 25%. Shabam! Look at that. That's so fucking cool. That roll animation. Also gives you an insane number of iframes, but yeah. So when you're at light equip load, it buffs your roll substantially. And gives it a new animation, which is really cool. But we're obviously not going to be using that because we're never going to be at light load. So we need to switch back to Havel's. Perfection. Okay, cool. Hey Alvina, you kind of mad because I murdered you guys? Yeah, she's kind of mad because I murdered him. Oh well, and you know what? Before I head in to do Sif, I think now seems like a decent place to make the next break of the stream because I need some more tea. I am thirsty as fuck. So, I'm going to pop off. I'll be back in a tick. Don't go anywhere. Oh, I'm back. There we go. Sif time. Gonna just ignore the mushroom men. There's really no reason to kill them. Yeah, like I say, Sif can be a little awkward. Sif's tank is not the best build for Sif because it can be really annoying because Sif's attacks all have like all knock you back and Sif's quite good at dodging out the way. So oftentimes you'll kind of run in, block an attack, get knocked back, and then by the time you actually get to Sif, Sif just kind of jumps away and it winds up being annoying. I mean, he's not going to be able to like properly deal with me for the most part, but he is good at stalling, basically. Let's see what we got. That fur text is kind of rough. Okay. Yeah. See, Sif has a tendency to attack and then just like jump back. Okay, this is an opportunity to get in. Well, not necessarily an opportunity to hit him, of course. Yes, good. Get the chip damage in. We'll be fine. No reason to take any risks. That should be 2 clean hits. Nice. Come on, bud. Yeah, Sif, I'll talk about this a bit more as we get further into the fight, but Sif is one of those bosses where I think it's a good example of the change in boss design philosophy between Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring. And it's a good example of some of the stuff that I think has been lost as FromSoft has lent more and more into the hard bosses angle of things, because there's a lot less flavor in the bosses, in the bosses in more recent FromSoft games. They're all very mechanics focused in terms of like, you know, making the boss fight a challenge, rather than necessarily having mechanics that only exist for lore reasons, you know, like Sif does. I mean, anyone who knows about Sif knows exactly what mechanic I'm talking about, and we'll get to it once he drops to very low health. Come on. Come on, lad. He does very, very minor chip damage to you with those jumps, by the way. It's not relevant. I mean, it's not going to impact the fight in any meaningful way, but he is technically dealing chip damage to me with those. Nice. Here we are. There we go. Yeah, so this is one of the more infamous fights in Dark Souls. Primarily for this reason, and also the sort of lore motivation behind it. When you drop Sif below a certain amount of health, he starts limping and he basically becomes incapable of attacking you. He starts really struggling. So the story behind Sif, which is expanded on heavily in the Artorias the Abyss DLC, in fact it's a large part of the plot of the Artorias the Abyss DLC, is that Sif was the wolf of a character called Artorias. He was the wolf, the pet wolf of Artorias. and Artorias battled the Abyss and fell, basically, is what happened. Artorias tried to force back the Abyss and failed. He was corrupted by it. According to the legend, Artorias defeated the Abyss. We find out in the Artorias the Abyss DLC, which involves us going back in time to when the Abyss was encroaching on the area, that Artorias actually failed in his quest, and we end up being the one who beats back the Abyss. That's what happens. What Sif is doing here, this is the grave of Artorias. This is Artorias' grave. Sif is guarding the grave, partly sort of out of, you know, respect or whatever for his fallen master, but also because here he's also guarding an item called the Covenant of Artorias, which is a ring that allows you to traverse the Abyss safely, basically, to survive in the Abyss. And the reason he's guarding this is because he is aware of what the Abyss did to his master, to Artorias, and he doesn't want that to happen to anyone else. So essentially this is him attempting to beat you back for your own good. That's what Sif is doing here. And of course, he is a character in the he is an NPC you can find in the DLC. You find him when he's much younger, and you actually save him from a group of enemies. And if you do, you get a different cutscene when this fight starts, where Sif recognizes you from centuries ago when you first met him. And he looks a lot... You still fight him. He still takes up the sword to try and beat you back. But yeah, if you can, watch the cutscene on YouTube, because it's quite special. So yeah, this element is something that I feel is really missing from a lot of the later games, especially Elden Ring. Like, every single boss in Dark Souls 1, they may not actually be the best bosses mechanically. In fact, I'd say most bosses mechanically in Dark Souls 1 aren't very good. But they have a huge amount of, like, flavor and lore to them that a lot of the bosses in Elden Ring just don't really have. Like, certainly the side bosses. A lot of the major legacy bosses still have sort of implications, but they certainly don't have mechanics like this, right? This feels like something FromSoft simply wouldn't put in their games anymore. Because, like, to have a boss fight that sort of has this kind of handicap in it just for the sake of the flavor. I mean, I guess you could argue this is similar to the Black Knife Assassin that you fight early on in Elden Ring, who starts off injured and limping. That is a similar thing, though it's not with such a significant boss, I think, is sort of the idea. Like, I don't think that with Dark Souls they were necessarily trying to make a hard game, whereas it feels like with the later titles that is like actively something on the agenda, is make the game hard. Appreciate your sacrifice, my friend. If you would just give me the ring, I would take it. But that is sadly never an option. Okay. Now, let's head back. We now, I think, probably do have enough humanity, right? 16 and 3. Yep, that is 22. Phenomenal. Okay. So we can go do the better chaos now if we wanted to. Alternatively, we can just go get the sunlight maggot. And then take on the Tomb of the Giants as we'd originally intended. I think let's do that. Let's just go grab the sunlight maggot. Let's level up first. 16, and then, yeah, now we'll start boosting health and endurance at the same time. So, we are going to sacrifice most of our humanity here. Oh, I guess I should have done that in a slightly different way, shouldn't I? If I wanted to be optimal. But honestly, I wouldn't mind having a lot of humanity anyway. Oh, no, we need to use all of them regardless. What am I talking about? Join the Covenant. Need to offer her 30 humanity. And this will give us access to the shortcut directly into Lost Izalith, which firstly allows us to take on the Bed of Chaos more easily, without having to go through the entire area first, but more to the point, gives us access to the Sunlight Maggot. Remember back when you had to do this one at a time? This option here, offer humanities, as well as popping humanity items, you could not do this in bulk in the original. This is like one of the few actual changes they made for the remaster, is they made it so you could do this. You would have to do this, literally, go through this animation, the offering animation, 30 times to get to this point. You did not have the option to do it in bulk. That is one thing which I am very, very glad they added into the remaster. Okay, let's just pop through the Demon Ruins and get our hands on the maggot. La Magot. Yeah, we killed Ceaseless already, so we don't need to worry about the lava. I'm just going to get to the maggot and then bone out. I mean, we could try taking on the bed, but honestly, I'd rather have more health. Because as much as many of the bed's attacks are just a one-shot because they knock you into holes, but even the ones which don't one-shot deal a lot of fucking damage, and I'd like to have more health to give myself a better chance of not getting womboed by the bed. I mean, Nito might be kind of rough as well. It depends on what kind of attacks he does. Yeah, the thing is, the first Lord is always the toughest, right? The first Lord you take on is always the hardest. You just have to pick which Lord you want to try and beat. And then once you beat the first one, the rest get easier because you get to higher and higher levels. And the Lords are all of roughly equivalent difficulty. Or at least on paper. Better Chaos obviously fucking isn't, but you know, whatever. Hey, Cap. Nice. Got him. Yeah, that's Capra Demon. That's a pretty infamous boss from earlier in the game. We could go back and do the, like, actual Capra Demon now. We'll crush him, obviously, because he's about as tough as that guy was. But just to show off how ridiculous that boss is. Like, because that boss really is fucking stupid. In terms of the way it's set up and everything. My god. Okay. I was going to say I'm going to get invaded by Kirk, who will give us a little more humanity, which I do appreciate. Yeah, let's fight on this really tight platform. Seems like a good plan. I was going to say, as long as you don't keep rolling away immediately after rebounding, we'll be good. Okay, he just decided to stand around looking like a lemon there. Nicely done, Kirk. He gives me a lot of souls, I'm pretty sure. 26k, not bad at all. Whoops. Please don't bite me. Oh, no, don't get hit by that. So, that is a reason to have a repair box. Because that attack doesn't deal damage, it just breaks your shit. That was a thing that they stopped putting in their games after Dark Souls 1. Was enemies that just literally break your gear. That's all they do. They don't damage you, they just break your gear. Want to attack me, sir? Thank you. Oh, shit. Okay, well. Hopefully that didn't do too much. I mean, the endurance of Havel's is pretty substantial. 857, that's quite a lot. Same as for this. Right, yeah, 449. 220. That probably took a solid chunk off the durability, but we're still a long way off from needing to care. Kirk realized it was hopeless and gave up. Yeah, he did. He was just like, fuck this noise. I'm never getting through that shield. Anyone when they run into Havel Great Shield guys in PvP. Well, no, in PvP you just fucking... You run into a guy with a Great Shield, you're like, oh, amazing. I get to, you know, backstab fish for free. Okay, we want to aggro that guy before we aggro that guy. Got to be a little careful here. Yeah. Okay, let's take on the Tauros. Tauros is a little rough because we can't realistically dodge him. Going tank against Tauros isn't the best goal. Best plan. Especially not on a relatively tight platform. Because, yeah, he knocks you back like that. unfortunately, it's hard to get over the edges here. So getting knocked back isn't the biggest deal in the world, but every single one of his attacks has that kind of knockback on it. So you do need to be careful. Okay. I mean, we're going to have to do this whole segment again, because I don't want to do Bed of Chaos just yet. We're just coming up here for the maggot. And there isn't a bonfire you can warp to down here. In fact, there isn't a bonfire between the Daughter of Chaos and the Bed of Chaos if you use this route. There is no bonfire that's available this way. So if you're using this to fight the Bed of Chaos, then yeah, you're gonna be running a long way back every time you fucking die. Wasn't there a chain backstab meta in Dark Souls 1 PvP? That's a thing you could get off. But anyone, like, you can avoid chain backstabs if you... Experienced PvPers will be able to avoid chain backstabs. But yes, against inexperienced PvPers, you can get chain backstabs. Okay. Come back here, you little bitch. Come on, come on, come on. No, no, you little fucker. Can you chill? Thank you. There we go, Jesus. And that is what we wanted. Oh, sorry, I forgot. That's not an item that automatically goes into your inventory. I have to actually pick that one up. Sunlight Maggot. Booyah. Now let's... Do we want to do Nito first? Yeah, let's do Nito first. Let's head back. And get our hands on Nito. Wow, is that really the last bonfire I rested at? Okay. Interesting. There we go. And that is why we want the Sunlight Maggot. So, the entire gimmick with Tomb of the Giants is that it's pitch black, right? That's the whole thing. Quite a few areas in Dark Souls 1 have gimmicks in a way that simply don't exist in the later games. This was a carry-on from Demon Souls, where a lot of areas and a lot of bosses were, like, a lot of the bosses were puzzle bosses in Demon Souls. They had, like, specific gimmicks. I'm talking like I'm an authority. I've never actually played Demon Souls. I mean, I have. I've played, like, the first few areas, but I don't own it myself. But yeah, from what I gather, a lot of the bosses in Demon Souls were gimmick bosses, and a lot of the areas had sort of... Well, I guess they didn't really necessarily have mechanics associated with them. I'm thinking more of the bosses. But this was an element of design philosophy that FromSoft have moved away from, which, honestly, I'm kind of indifferent to it. I think the gimmick versus sort of mechanical difficulty thing is kind of fine. The part that I object to in terms of the changing design philosophy is mostly them moving away from kind of the more lore and atmosphere-focused stuff to the more mechanically focused stuff, which... Again, I feel like the strongest part of Dark Souls 1 and part of what made it so good was the lore and the tone and the atmosphere and just the whole way everything blends together. But in terms of mechanics and gimmicks, this is something they've basically dropped. But in Dark Souls 1, yeah, there's a few areas that had gimmicks, like the fact that Lost Izalith has the gimmick that it's covered in lava and you need to get your hands on the orange charred ring in order to be able to traverse the lava. This obviously is pitch black. There's not really such strict mechanics. This is sort of the main one, I would say. But yeah, they went with a few things. And there's only a few ways to light this place up. In fact, I believe there's only 3. The first is the Sunlight Maggot, which you can see, which is a helmet that gives you light. The second is a sorcery called Light, or Cast Light, rather, which, I mean, it does what it says on the tin, right? And third is... an item called the Skull Lantern, which, if you remember rightly, if you were paying attention when I was killing the Necromancers, they were all holding these Skull Lanterns which could blast fire. It's a drop from Necromancers, and there is actually one you can find in the Tomb of the Giants. There's a fixed, like, spawn Skull Lantern at a specific location in the Tomb of the Giants, which is a shield. You use it as a shield, and when you're holding it up, it gives you light, right? There is no such thing as a torch in this game. Those are the only 3 ways of lighting the way. And the only 2 which are accessible to all characters are the Skull Lantern and the Maggot. The Maggot is better because it takes your head slot instead of your shield slot. So that's why we're doing this. Doing all boss and DLC. No, that's not the plan. We're just doing Permadeath. We're just trying to get through the game. It's not... I'm not doing all boss permadeath just yet. Most bosses were gimmick in Demon Souls for sure. Yeah, I mean, that is what I've heard, as I say. And certainly the bosses that I fought were gimmick bosses. Hey! And this may well be a familiar face for those of you who've played Elden Ring. This character is in many of FromSoft's games. Well, I say many. He's in Dark Souls 1, 3. I'm pretty sure he's from Demon Souls. I'm pretty sure Patch is in Demon Souls, as well as Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3. He's not in 2. They have a slightly different character for 2. And he appears in Elden Ring, which astounded me. I guess they just wanted Patches in the game. But yeah, no, he tells me about treasure down there, one of which is a Skull Lantern. One of those 3 is the Skull Lantern, by the way. So what you do is, he's like, oh, there's treasure down there, and then you walk to the edge and look over, and then he kicks you down because he's Patches, and that's what he does. Alternatively, I can straight up murder him now. Hey, bub. Bye. Okay, there goes Patches. Cool. Now let's make our way through the tomb, normally. I can make my way through the tomb in the dark, but it's more dangerous to fight these enemies in the dark. This is the main reason. I know the route. I don't want to be fighting these motherfuckers in the dark. Because these are some of the most dangerous enemies in the game. Like, bar none. These guys are fucking lethal. They have one attack in particular, that one, which deals stupid amounts of damage. Like, that would probably take off most of my health. If they hit me with it. And it's nasty for stagger. Tanks are very good against them, though. So. And now, ooh, fuck, hang on. Do we have any extra humanities? I don't think we do, right? I think we're out of humanity. Because I was going to say, we should pop the humanity first. Yeah, crap. I should have done this first. Because this is the only other Halberd Knight in the game before the final zone. I could switch up my gear and put on the Serpent Ring. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing that. Oh, fuck. I was going to say, I thought he'd aggroed already, but because he didn't show up for ages, I was like, oh, no, he must not have done. But nope, he absolutely has. Because he should have aggroed. He aggroes when you go through the fog. Here. See if we can get away. Heal up a little bit. And then maybe put that ring on. Ring's on. Okay. Now we just have to not move. Just have to fight him while stationary, because we are over-encumbered. Fortunately, we're a tank, so that's the thing we can do. Halberd? Fucking hell. God damn it. Fine. We just don't get a halberd. I'm not going to bother farming a halberd when we get to Gwyn. When we get to Gwyn, I'm not going to... Because then I'd have to farm a bunch of Twinkling Titanite as well to get the halberd. I'm just going to fight Gwyn with the sword. Okay, now there's another dog over here that we need to be a little bit careful of. Ooh, okay. That caused significant stagger, actually. Yeah, because that attack is so rough because they can do it right, like from like out of the darkness. Also, yeah, one of the many reasons why the halberd is superior to the sword is because the halberd, the basic attack of the halberd is like up and down. Yeah, I don't like fighting this thing here. Yeah, I was going to say, I just saw that attack start off again. Can you stop spamming, sir? My god. Okay, we've got a little more space now. Yeah, the problem is it breaks your lock-on, right? Because it disappears into the darkness. That was a kick. Nice. Oof. There we go. Jesus. Possibly I was playing overcautious, but still, those things, if you give them the opportunity, they will murder you. That's the last one we have to fight, though, so we're in good shape. Now then, am I brave enough to attempt to get my hands on the coveted Silver Serpent Ring? It's worthwhile because the way it works... So Silver Serpent Ring gives you 20% extra souls, right? But it is a ring. And you'll be thinking, well, hang on a minute. If I'm going to be fighting enemies with Havels and the Favor of Protection ring on, how the hell am I ever going to make use of the coveted Silver Ring? Well, the way it works is... There is a significant gap between defeating a boss and acquiring the souls from that boss. If you put the Serpent Ring on during that gap, you get the full effect. The problem with the Serpent Ring is that you have to drop off here, and I don't remember exactly where. Do I have any Prism Stones? I do not. I don't remember exactly where. And if you miss, it's not a super thick platform, and if you miss it, I'm 99% certain that it's here, but I don't think it's worth the risk. It'll get me a lot of souls, because each of the bosses gives, each of the Lord bosses gives 60,000. So that's a total of 48,000 extra souls, 12,000 from each, if I obtain this. Which is like several levels. But at the same time, I feel like the possibility of death is just too great. I'm going to drop down here to avoid this chap. Then we make our way down here. There will be a regular skelly over there, who I think we don't need to fight. Oh! No, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't aggro. Pretty sure you can just walk past. Yeah, okay. And then down here. I think he aggroes now. But, yeah, he did. But if you're fast enough, you can just get the fuck out. Hug this corner to not aggro the 3 dogs that are over there. And now we're out of danger. And we can put Havel's helm back on. Ooh, we're going to get invaded. I didn't think about that. Paladin Leroy's going to show up, isn't he? Okay. That'll be interesting. We'll just fight him in the corridor. He hits pretty hard, though. Yeah, I completely forgot about Leroy. Yeah, let's fight him in the corridor. Seems like the safest place to be. Won't have a lot of space to avoid him, but means I'm not likely to get knocked off a fucking edge. We'll see if we can backstab fish him. There we go. Does he know where I am? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Please don't, like, clip me through the wall. Okay, we're good. It's not super tough. Does drop Grant and Sanctus, which are interesting weapons. Most notably, Sanctus, one of the only sources of health regen in the entire game. In fact, the only source of health regen, I think. There is no ring which does the same. Right? No, yeah. I'm pretty sure there isn't. I'm pretty sure there isn't a ring. Because the ring that regenerates health appears in later games, but not in this one. Okay, now you have to be super careful here, because there is a skeleton who is literally waiting around the corner to kick you off the edge. That one moves out of the way, it just makes room for you, and it spawns behind, or at least it should have done. Oh, I think it doesn't spawn behind until you move further forwards. Just gonna block. There we go. Yeah, it waits for you to move further forwards, and then it blocks your exit, and then the other skelly kicks you off the fucking edge. Hang on. Chug. And now what we need to do is sprint past so we don't get kicked off. Because even if we block, the kick can be very annoying. Oh. Whoops. Oh my god, can you guys chill the fuck out? I cannot see what's happening, which is kind of annoying. There we go. Better. Thank you for knocking me back so I can see what's going on, sir. Yeah, they try and knock you off the edge, basically, is what they do. Oh, hey, that's a white Titanite chunk. Not going to need one, but fuck it. I got one. Woo. Yeah, those guys are a good farming spot for white chunks. Okay, so now we need to get through the pinwheel room without taking too much damage. Keep the shield up, keep the shield up. Just run past the pinwheels. Fortunately, we have very high magic resist, so we should be able to take a few hits from pinwheels before needing to worry. There we go. And here we are. Now it's Nito time. So there's a few things we need to do. Firstly, we're going to need to put... I am now glad that we got all those blooming purples, because Nito is, of course, capable of toxicking us. Now, we're going to need to get a little bit lucky at the start. Basically, because if he stands at the back and spams his sword, best tactic for Nito is to let him come to you, right? That way you don't have to deal with him at the same time as an army of skeletons. You only have to deal with the 3 skeletons that spawn at the start, because Nito is a necromancer. All the skeletons in his boss arena are invincible as long as Nito is alive, or they keep coming back, rather. There's 3 skeletons that attack you right here. And there's a group of, I actually don't know how many because I never aggro them. Several large skeletons at the back. If you keep the fight localized in this small area, you never have to deal with the large skeletons. So that's what we're going to do. But what that means is you have to wait for Nito. And Nito does have a ranged attack that he likes to spam. And that is very tricky to dodge. Also, he causes toxic. Hence, this. But do we have any humanity for, like, bonus healing? Yeah, okay, we do. In which case, let's switch this up. Okay, let's give it a go. Also, we're going to lose, like, a third of our health just on entering the area, which is... Oh, what the fuck? Sorry. I apparently wildly underestimated. Good. Okay, he's been good so far. He's been good so far. No scream, no scream. Oh, we're in good shape. He normally does it at least once. He's nearly close enough for us to actually engage him now, though. Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. Oh my god, yes. The fat roll beast. Okay, can you approach me now properly, please, sir? So we can actually fight. Now, the trick is, you want to get Nito to keep killing his own skeletons. That's the trick. So you don't have to deal with them. He's got these giant AoE attacks that are extremely effective at doing that. Oof, there we go. You can see the toxic build-up. Hey, I killed all 3 skellies. Nice. Basically, just keep your health really high. I've got 20 flasks. That's a lot of flasks. We can afford to keep the health super high. But he himself is incredibly slow. The main threat is his ads. And the toxic. Here we are. Here's the AoE. Which I should be able to block extremely effectively with the shield. There we go. But yeah, he kills all of his ads with that. And he's got a lot of sweeping attacks. Yeah, so this is something that happens a lot. He basically spams it, which means he stun locks his own allies. Which is kind of funny. Okay, we're good. Yeah, we got really lucky with the scream attack at the start. He only did it once when he was super close, so I could see where it was going. There we go. That was a very, very easy Nito fight. Just look at how long it takes me to actually get the souls from him, by the way. This is the time period I would have in order to put the fucking silver ring on. There we go. Yeah, so that's why the silver ring is good, although, again, I don't think it would be worth the risk of dropping down into a hole where I'm uncertain of exactly where to drop in order to obtain it, right? Do I want to go for more endurance? Honestly, I'm kind of wanting to stack my health right now. Okay. Who's next? Who is next? We have a decision to make. So, Four Kings are straightforward, but can be rough. The Four Kings is a damage race. You want to basically go all offense, no defense, and try and get in on them as hard as possible. We're well equipped to beat the Four Kings, I would say. Then there's Seath, who's pretty straightforward, though the Duke's Archives are a little rough. Oh, and we need to do the Four Kings before Seath, because we need to pick up a rare ring of sacrifice for the forced death. There is a forced death in this game, I mentioned it earlier. You need to die to Seath to progress the Duke's Archives questline. Again, need to, technically there's a speedrun skip you can use to skip it, but we're not doing that. We're just playing the game without skips. So, yeah, we're counting that death as just part of the run, because the default critical path of the game involves you being forced to die there. So we could do that. Seath's probably a pretty clean one. Yeah, I think I want to leave bed till last. So let's go do New Londo and then do Four Kings and then Seath. And then we'll do Better Chaos. See if I can actually survive the motherfucker. Get back up to 20. See, this is why we make Firelink the 20 Estus bonfire. And now, straight into New Londo. I mean, Upper New Londo should be a fucking pushover. Ghosts can kind of swarm you and be a little rough in that way, but we should be fine. I'm back from town. Hello, back from town. I'm Chris. We've done Nito. Moving on to Four Kings. Tanking the crap out of everyone and everything. That is the goal. So yeah, New Londo is actually an interesting one. I wouldn't necessarily describe it as a gimmick, but it is an interesting mechanic. The fact that New Londo Ruins has no bonfires in it, right? There are literally no bonfires. What there are instead is it's a zone that wraps around on itself a lot, with a lot of opportunities for shortcuts, which is, again, I'm not sure if I would describe that as necessarily a gimmick, in the same way as the pitch blackness of the Tomb of the Giants, but it is one of those things which is an interesting, it's a clear example of a form of design philosophy when it came to the level design. Got him, yeah, I fucking got him. He walked right into that one. Four Kings isn't one you can tank, surely. You still go tank. You want max poise for Four Kings, but we are going to be ditching the shield. Or, well, we'll be downgrading to Crest. Unfortunately, Four Kings is where we're really, really going to feel the difference between the halberd and the sword. Because halberd does not swords do not kill the kings anywhere near as fast as the halberd does. Because sword actually, I think, has a slightly slower attack rate, as well as having significantly less damage. As I say, I'm not scared of ghosts. Yeah, we're going to be going, I'm going to be switching to the Crest Shield just so we have the option of blocking their magic attacks. And then basically two-handing and straight up tanking. I mean, the other reason why we can't tank the Four Kings is we can't wear Havel's Ring, right? I mean, well, that's not the main reason. The main reason is that tanking the Four Kings is a terrible idea because then you'll end up fighting 4 fucking kings, which you do not want. You want to be fighting 1 king every time, right? You want to be fighting 1 king at most. There'll be a point, because the second king spawns relatively quickly, whereas the third and fourth take a lot longer to spawn. So there's probably going to be a point when I'm fighting the first when the second one shows up, but as long as I can kill the first relatively quickly, we should be okay. You can fight more than 4. I know, there was a video, I think Limit Breakers did a video on what's the maximum number of kings you can fight, and I think they managed to get it up to like 10 or something. I think they found that 10 was the max, or might have been 11. It was a lot of kings. And the minimum number of kings is 1, because you can deal damage to them while they're in their death animation. So if you deal enough damage, you can overkill the individual king to take out the entire health bar while they're in the death animation. So yeah, it is possible to kill the 4 kings with only 1 king, but it requires, you know, ludicrous red tier stone ring strats. Okay, now this is the spooky room, of course. However, our defense is gargantuan, so as long as we don't get, like, chain grabbed, we should be okay. Yeah, avoid the grabs. Avoid that shit. That's not going to be fun. Yeah, coming here, early game, is rough. Because this room is awful to fight when you're a low-level character. However, we have gargantuan poise and gargantuan defense, so we're fine. There should be more, I was going to say. I can definitely hear another one. There he is. Can you come out of the ground, please, sir? Because it is quite inconvenient. Thank you. Have they ever done ghost enemies like this since? Enemies that can literally just pass through walls? Have they ever brought that back? I feel like they haven't, right? Enemies where the whole idea is that they literally can just travel through walls, and that's just a thing they can do. I wonder why, because it's a cool concept. Yeah, that was a grab. He tried to grab me, but you can't get grabbed while you're on a ladder. So lol, sucks to be him. Now then, this is a friendly chap, and if I speak to him, he will give me the key to the seal. However, I'm a dick. So I'm going to get the key to the seal another way. Yeah, see, that guy is actually one of the friendliest NPCs in the fucking game. He's also the NPC who cures curse for you for free, if you get to him. So, yeah. Yeah, so this area, it is a bit of an interesting gimmick. I guess the gimmick of this area is that you need to be cursed to damage the ghosts, right? If you want to be able to block and damage ghosts, you do have to be cursed. Okay, so you need to be hitting them with a curse effect, I guess is a better way of putting it. There's actually 3 ways to hurt ghosts. The first is what I'm using, which is this consumable item called a transient curse. It is temporary. It temporarily marks you as cursed, which allows you to fight ghosts. That is the standard way of dealing with ghosts. The second way of dealing with ghosts is to use a cursed weapon. There are, I think, 3 cursed weapons in the game. The ghosts' weapons themselves, so Ghost Blade and Jagged Ghost Blade, are both cursed. And then there is the cursed Greatsword of Artorias, which is an upgrade that requires the Soul of Sith. They can travel through weapons too. Yeah, I mean, they can travel through fucking everything. They can get through shields. If you're not cursed, you can't block them. But yeah, so that's the cursed weapons. There's only 3, 2 of which are the ghosts' weapons themselves. You get Ghost Blade from Ghosts and Jagged Ghost Blade from Banshees, which was the special one with red eyes. That I've actually killed 2 of them now, but there's 2 of them with red eyes. They have slightly different weapon. Oh, I guess I've already killed that one. And then, of course, the third way is literally being cursed. I don't know if I discussed this already. I mean, I certainly have on other streams, but I don't know if I discussed it in conjunction with the basilisks that we encountered in the Great Hollow. But Curse in Dark Souls 1 is Deathblight. That's what it does. It's a bar that fills up and kills you instantly if it gets up to full. However, it doesn't just kill you in Dark Souls 1. Oh, okay, Transient Curse is worn off. We need to get the fuck out of here. It doesn't just kill you. It halves your maximum HP. Permanently. You can cure Curse, as I say, either by using an item called a Purging Stone, or by speaking to that chap that I just murdered, right? Those are the only 2 ways of curing curses. Purging Stones, which are relatively rare and relatively expensive. You can buy them from several early game merchants. Or speaking to this chap and he heals it for free. So the idea is that if you're cursed, you can actually fight the ghosts without having to use consumables, and that lets you battle your way through here to get to the chap on top who can then cure the curse. That's the idea. Functionally, however, it just cripples you to a ludicrous degree, because halving your max HP is insane. It means you die so fast, especially to fucking ghosts. Oh, that one's dead already, nice. Especially to the army of ghosts that's in that goddamn room, right? Like, crazy fucking army of ghosts in that room. So yeah, it's a rough one. And, pre-nerf, Curse used to stack. They patched that one out fast. I don't know if that was intentional and they just realized what a bad idea it was, or if it was a bug that Curse could stack, but Curse could stack up to a maximum, I think, of 1/8, or a minimum, I guess. 1/8 of your maximum HP. If you got cursed while you were already cursed, it could genuinely take you down to the point where you had 1/8 max HP. And that was fucking bonkers. As I say, they patched that out pretty early on in the game's lifetime. But I remember stacking Curse. That was kind of wild. Okay, so this is a raring sacrifice. We need that for Seath. So we're going to go grab this. And then we're going to head down and try and engage the 4 kings. Because we have the Covenant, so we can just go and fight them. Yeah, where's this? Okay, we've got to be careful. Don't want to accidentally overshoot and instantly die. Nice. I'm taking the shortcut to the 4 kings, because this is the quickest way to get through the lower section, is to go backwards through the upper section and then drop down. And if I remember rightly, can I just jump from here? I can indeed. Nice. And might as well pick up these 2 transient curses while we're here. This is the game gives you 4 transient curses to start with, and then every subsequent transient curse needs to be obtained by killing a ghost. I mean, I think there are a few others further in this area, but these are the 4 that are available right at the start, right before you have to actually properly fight any ghosts. So it's good to come into this area with decent item drop rate, just so you can make sure to gain, like, to net gain transient curses, basically. Because ghosts have a decent chance of dropping 2. That's the way it works. These guys drop chunks with a very high drop rate. So this is one of the endgame areas. Each endgame area has its own type of Titanite, which are extremely consistently farmable, basically. The basic enemies have a high drop rate. You already saw from Tomb of the Giants, there was that dude who dropped the white Titanite chunk. That's where you farm white Titanite, is Tomb of the Giants. Then regular Titanite is here. Red Titanite is in Lost Izalith, and blue Titanite is in Duke's Archives. Okay. Those are the guys you farm the Dark Hand off, by the way. Those are Dark Wraiths. Those are like the original evil dudes. The original invaders of what those are. Their covenant is the Dark Wraith Covenant, which is the covenant you join to invade people. So they're, I guess, the Bloody Fingers? Is that what they're called? Yeah, they're called Bloody Fingers, right, in Elden Ring? These guys are the Dark Souls equivalent of Bloody Fingers. Nice. Alright, cool. Now we're pretty much at 4 kings. Well, I dropped my shield to attack him very slightly too quickly. Okay, we do need to be careful because they do have a grab attack, which obviously we can't block. Okay, sweet. And the grab attack, firstly, deals a decent amount of damage, but secondly, and more to the point, drains humanity. So that would be kind of annoying. Okay, 15 flasks, this should be good. Alright, let's figure out the setup. We want to go Covenant of Artorias. Obviously, that's essential, otherwise you instantly die upon entering the area. So yeah, don't do that. And honestly, I think this is fine, right? Just max poise, crest shield, Black Knight Sword. Can we also equip... Yeah, we can also equip Grass Crest for the stamina, which will be useful when we're attacking. We'll want Crest to approach. I did put on the Covenant, right? Just making 100% certain that I did indeed put the Covenant of Artorias on. Now, you can actually pretty consistently just drop off the edge right there and plummet all the way down into the abyss and be fine. However, there are little bits that stick out, and if you get the position wrong, and land on one of those, you will just die to fall damage. So, normally I just drop straight in. I'm not going to take the risk. I don't think it's a very high risk. It's literally like, the chances of me fucking up and landing on something is like 1%, I would say, but there's just no reason to do it. We'll just run down the stairs. We'll be nice. Remember to cast Feather Falling. That's fine. I will cast Feather Falling. We'll be A-okay. Got my spell out, and then we'll just... Oh, fuck, no. Oh, God. Oh, how terrible. I forgot to cast Feather Falling. Oh, no, we're screwed. This is one of the coolest boss arenas FromSoft have ever put together. It is literally a pitch black void. It is so weird navigating this location. There we are. First king. Now, this is the one we need to kill really fast. Yeah, so this is why we have the Crest Shield, so we can do this. Nice. Oh my god, that takes a lot more stamina than I thought it did. Okay, we're good. So the way the 4 kings work is their attacks deal fuck all damage when you're right next to them. Like, their attacks deal massively reduced damage when you're right next to them. Because they're hitting you with the hilt of their sword, right? Rather than hitting you properly with the sword. I killed that one really fast, by the way. There we go. Yeah, if they're hitting you with the hilt of their sword, then they deal so much less damage. Can you stop running away from me, sir? Good god. Okay, there we go. Which means you can just charge in with high poise and just tank the fuck out of it. Ignore their attacks and hit them. They've only got a couple of attacks. Ooh, I should have put the Grass Crest on. Whoops. Never mind, it's fine. You don't need to kill the second one anywhere near that fast, because the third one takes fucking ages to spawn. We're going to be standing here for a little while. I might as well top off. Yeah, we are hosing these guys. This is a very, very effective build. They look super cool, and this is no Godskin duo. What do you mean no Godskin duo? In terms of, like, difficulty or frustration? I mean, certainly both is true. There we go. Yeah, this arena is so wild, man. It really fucks with you. Oh, yeah, okay, I shouldn't have blocked that. But whatever, it worked, so we're good. Okay, nice. I shouldn't have blocked that either. I was in hilt range. You got to be careful, because if you get too far away from them... Oh, shit, this is a bad one. I'm going to have to take the hit. Fuck, okay. Oh! Oh my god! Okay, I thought we were going to be in for a worse time there. I did not realize Havel's gives you so much poise, you don't get knocked down by that attack. My concern was that I was going to get knocked down and backwards, and then hit by a full damage attack before I could heal, right? Or before I could get in close. I did not realize that Havel's gave you enough poise to actually stay on your fucking feet against that move. That's wild. Oh shit, no, fuck. This is going to be rough to avoid, yeah. The grab, they only do that from far away. And it drains a humanity, which is a pain. But more to the point, it kills time. Are you fucking joking? Okay, there we go. Can you start doing sword attacks that don't fuck with me, please? It's fine. This is the final king. If the first king had done this, we'd be in a lot more trouble. But, okay, there we go. We're good. The fact that that animation was the guy falling over backwards in the abyss, but it's because the abyss is so wonky, it's really hard to tell that he's falling over. Yeah. The boss is pretty cool. The mechanic, I think, works pretty well. And the overall design of the arena, I think, is absolutely phenomenal. Just the way that it fucks with your head, the fact that it's just this pitch black void. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. Honestly, do we need more stamina? This arena always gave me vertigo. Yeah, like I say, it's so weird just looking at it. I mean, it's okay when you have a point of contact like the bonfire, but when you don't, fucking hell. You know, I actually don't think we need that much more stamina, right? 122, we're doing okay. We're blocking okay, we're hitting okay. I think I might go heavier into health. But yeah, okay, so that's 2 lords down, 2 more to go. Let's use a large one just to make sure. And kill Frampt. Literally impossible, I'm afraid, but I mean, I can try. The only way you can kill Frampt is by disappointing him by siding with Karth. Like, that is the worst thing you can do to Frampt, is disappoint him. Okay, Duke's Archives is what I was going to do next. Now, this one can be a little scary, because there's a lot of basic mooks in it, and then a lot of channelers which buff the basic mooks. And when I say buff them, I mean buff them a fucking lot. Like, a lot. To the point where they are dealing absurd amounts of damage compared to how much damage they were deal before. So the way it works, I think it doubles their, like, attack rating. But because of the way defense is calculated, that will often more than double the actual damage they deal. So they are really scary when these enemies are buffed. When they're unbuffed, you don't need to care about them. But when they're buffed, they're really scary. Am I doing DLC? No, this is Permadeath. We're just trying to beat the game without dying. We're not adding any extra challenges on. This is just a straight Permadeath run. And the DLC is entirely optional, as well as being one of the most dangerous stretches of the game. So we're not going to be doing that. You know what? If we manage to beat this Permadeath, we might do DLC in... we might speedrun the early game to do DLC in New Game Plus. Because the DLC is a ton of fun. And honestly, New Game Plus DLC, pretty fucking spicy. The difficulty of Artorias and Manus are much harder in the DLC, in New Game Plus, rather, I would say. Okay, so now we need to be careful. We want to get behind this chap if we can. Unfortunately, my stamina regen is arse because I'm heavily armored. Now, you need to two-hand your weapon, otherwise your attacks plink off. Watch. And they deal significantly less damage. This only works with heavier weapons. Light weapons will plink off even if two-handed. There we go. Can just run past the pigs, but it's a little more dangerous. I prefer to just kill them. Hey, we've got the Fang Boar helm. That is a helmet that you will see a lot of new people use, because it often drops from the pig that you fight really early on. And it looks really stupid. Well, not really stupid, but it looks really cool. It's one of the first interesting helms you get in the entire game. So frequently people end up using it. It's a bit of a noob trap, because it's actually not very good. It's super heavy for the defense that it gives you. Chill the fuck out, bro. Come on, come into this room so I can get around you more reliably. Good boy. Yeah, just kill. There we go. Thank you. You can go back to the entrance and kill him with a bow because they can't leave. True, yes. The pigs can't leave that corridor, so if you go way back out to the start, they kind of get stuck. Because I didn't show you this. At least I don't think I did. No, I definitely didn't. But the first time you come through here, the entrance to this corridor is blocked by a giant gold barrier. That barrier was removed, along with several other barriers in the game, when I placed the Lord Vessel, giving me access to the endgame areas. So there's a barrier in Tomb of the Giants in the area that leads to Nito. You can get most of the way through Tomb of the Giants. There's a barrier at the entrance to the Duke's Archives. And there's a barrier in the Demon Ruins just behind where the Tauros Demon, where I fought the Tauros Demon in the Demon Ruins. So you can't get either to the Demon Fire Sage or to the shortcut that I unlocked that gets you the Sunlight Maggot. However, you may have noticed, there's 4 lords. I've talked a lot about 4 lords. I only listed 3 areas. And that is absolutely true. There are only 3 areas which are blocked off. The 4 kings can actually be fought and defeated. They're the only one of the 4 endgame bosses, the 4 lord souls, which can be fought before placing the lord vessel. And if you do, if you manage to track down and beat the 4 kings before getting past ONS and placing the... Well, you don't. It's not before getting past ONS. It's before you place the lord vessel. Okay, that's a buffed guy. You see the damage? See the damage there? Let's fucking go. Okay. These guys are fucking terrifying when they're buffed. But yeah, so the 4 kings can be defeated beforehand, and if you do, you are approached in the abyss by the other primordial serpent. So there's another one of the same species as Frampt, who's called Karth, who explains to you essentially the other half of the plot of the game. He tells you what the Dark Soul is, for starters, which is the 4th Lord Soul obtained by the furtive pygmy at the very start of the game. They're buffed. Okay, we need to be super careful. And these channelers respawn, so it's not like we can kill the channeler and then just be fine. Although actually, come to think of it, we're not dying anyway, are we? I was like, kill the channeler, and then if we die, we don't need to deal with it again. But of course, if we die, we don't need to deal with it again, because we'll be fucking dead, and this is permadeath. Okay, cool. Those are the only ones which can access me before I kill the channeler. The guys at the back with the bows are still really fucking dangerous, so I need to be careful that they don't kill me with arrows while I'm trying to murder the channeler. I believe the buff only affects physical damage, so it shouldn't affect the spell damage the channeler's dealing. I need to get him to attack me with his fucking fork, though, because he's going to deal a shitload of physical damage as well. Nice. Don't teleport, you piece of shit. Oh, I forgot he becomes invincible. Yeah, I should have... I completely forgot that he was invincible while teleporting. That's a pain. Because now this is going to be a tougher situation. Yeah, so let's get under here while he's buffing, before they're actually buffed. And then try and deal with these chaps. So now we need to be careful. There is an archer behind us who's off the stairs. Who... Oh my fucking god. He just ran down the stairs to try and fucking... Okay, interesting. I was not expecting that. That actually made things easier. If he'd hit me with that attack, though, we'd have been in trouble. Holy crap. I saw an Elden Ring mod that you could ride that boar instead of Torrent. That's kind of cool. Just changing the sprite. Just wait for him to shoot. Because again, I mean, you guys saw how much damage that guy was doing. The one who hit me with that jump attack. That's the kind of damage they all fucking deal. And that's through some of the best armor in the game. It is crazy how much damage these guys deal when they're buffed. Now then, I want to be very cautious, because there's one there and there's one there. That's an archer, that's a melee boy. And the melee boy can actually approach very quickly. I could potentially die if I just charge in from getting hit from behind by a jump attack from that guy at around the same time as getting hit by an arrow from this guy. So what I'm doing is I'm stalling the fuck out of the timer on that buff by chatting about it until they're no longer buffed. Nice. Alternatively, I can just charge in and kill them. But yeah, like I say, it wasn't likely to happen for me to get comboed like that, but it's not impossible, right? So it's better to just wait out the buff timer until the point where they deal fuck all damage. Okay, cool. And now I hope you guys are ready to see me die, because that's what's about to happen. Yeah, so in case you're wondering, the way to skip this compulsory death is you pull the lever on this, get off the platform. As the elevator goes down, you have to roll off specifically so that you land on this part of the elevator. And then as you go past the upper reaches of the Duke's Archives, there's a specific point you can roll off and land on one of the upper platforms to skip this compulsory death. It's a thing that they do in the speedruns. But yeah, I mean, we're not doing that, as I say. We are just going with... This is a compulsory death. This is essentially a scripted death. This is an acceptable death in a permadeath run. Okay. Now then. Wouldn't want to make the death too challenging now, would we? We're about as lightly armored as we can get without unequipping everything. In fact, the shield is providing us no defense. I did put the ring on, right? Yeah, good. Oh my god, it's Seath! Let me try and kill him. Oh, no, he's up a crystal thing. I can't hurt him. And even if I had a ranged attack to hurt him, I think there is a chance that he would be completely invincible. Oh, fuck. Woe is me. Whatever will I do? Can you kill me faster, please, sir? Because this is taking a while. Come on. Stand in the beam. Stand in the beam. Oh, shit. I died. Oh, guess that's a reset, guys. Fuck. Oh, well. Oh, I should have tried harder. Should have tried harder. Now we're going to respawn back at that bonfire. Oh, God. Hang on a minute. This isn't back at the bonfire. What? Yeah, he arrests you. He kills you and then arrests you. only person in the game who actually just takes you captive. And then from this area you can access the upper reaches of the archives, and that's how the game proceeds. So, yeah. Do we want to kindle this? I feel like it might be worth kindling just to get a shitload more flasks. We're running a little low, and we've got a decent chunk of humanity, so why not? And kindle to 20. I believe you can't warp out of here. Yeah. You have to escape the legit way. Reset. Fuck off. I've talked about it multiple times. That one's not a reset. And then I get an actual death, like a proper death, not the scripted death. I get to an actual death, and I'm like, no, that one doesn't count either. And at that point, the run just becomes ridiculous. Every time I die, I just declare it that it doesn't count. Nice. Okay, cool. 20 flasks, probably overkill, but it's better to have more flasks than less. Oh, yeah, shit. I need to take the key. Yeah, so this dude, this is one of the jailers. He just chills next to the cell. You can kill him through the wall and then take the key immediately. That's how you break out. It's like the easiest fucking jailbreak ever. However, as soon as I step out, I'm afraid your ears are going to be assailed by an awful noise. I hate the noise of this alarm. I really hate it. I don't know why I hate it so much, but I hate it so much. Also, the enemies are really dangerous, so we're going to need to be careful, because these enemies are rough. They have a grab attack, which is very nasty, and they can chain it. Like, if one of them grabs you, you get knocked down, and then the other one grabs you as you're standing back up. That could just be a way for me to die, because I am heavily armored and not capable of dodging. In fact, you know what? I might be better off cutting back for these guys for that reason. Ooh, can you look at this bullshit? I am fat rolling by like the teeniest fucking percentage point. You know what? You know what? I'm actually going to pop enough souls for me to level up, for me to put 1 point in endurance just so I don't have to deal with that. We used to terrible noises, you talk a lot. God fucking damn it, Mark. That's 16k. And then that would be 10k. How much do we need to level up? Oh, okay. 30. So we can just pop one of these. I guess there's no reason to be that precise with popping, because the reason to be precise with the amount you're popping, with the amount of like soul crap that you're popping, is because you're running the risk of, what's the word? Because if you die, you lose it, right? So if you have excess souls and you lose them, well, that's just bad planning on your part. However, I'm never going to lose my souls, because if I lose my souls, the run's fucking over. He's going to attack me, and I'm going to kill him. There we go, nice. If I can kill these guys as they go past, it just saves me a little bit of time later. Phenomenal. There we go. And now we have to deal with these guys. As I say, they have a grab that is quite nasty. But if I'm mid-rolling, I should be able to get out if they start chain grabbing me. I mean, I can when I'm fat rolling either, but the timing's just more precise. Can I one-shot them? Yes. Okay, that's phenomenal. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's the grab, by the way, in case you hadn't figured that out. They do have more attacks than just the grab, but they seem to be really spamming that grab at the moment. There's 4 of them there, then there should be a couple more on the stairs, and then there's 4 down at the bottom. And then there's 2. There's another 2 at the back, but those aren't actually hostile. There we go. Take it nice and slow. Don't give them opportunities. Yeah, there we go. See, that was a regular attack. That wasn't a grab. Now, the group of 4 is the rough one. Yeah, they have pretty decent humanity drop rates, by the way, in case that didn't come across. So now, ideally, we want to aggro these guys one at a time. Yeah, that worked. Sort of. Oh, shit. No, it's two of them. Okay, let's get away from that. Oh, no. Okay, I thought the other one was following. It was not. It was just moving around. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. Because, again, this is... Oh, fuck. I forgot they could do it from that far away. However, we're light rolling, so we shouldn't need to worry. We'll be able to get away. Like, when I said chain it, by the way, just to clarify what I meant, the same one can't repeatedly chain it. But if there's more than one of them, it can go like one of them does it, then the other one does it, then the other one does it, then the other one does it. They can kind of loop it like that. There is a Firekeeper soul in here, but we need to go get a fucking key to do that. Also, we need to chat to... I guess, yeah, we're going to be freeing Logan anyway, so because we want to get his big hat. So we might as well pick up the Firekeeper soul while we're doing that. These guys are completely non-hostile. In fact, if you listen carefully, you can hear them crying. These are some of Seath's experiments, and they're not entirely happy about it. These enemies are young ladies. They are. These two specifically are implied to be members of Guinevere's Covenant. Like followers of Guinevere's Covenant, because they each drop a miracle of Guinevere. And now we're switching over to Havels again. We're going back to heavy armor now, because those enemies are dealt with. We are going to have to fight through them again, though. Oh, no, we're not. Not if we don't rest at a bonfire in between getting through here. Yeah, actually, so let's just not rest at the bonfire that we get to. And then we'll be able to come back here without having to kill those guys again after obtaining the key to that cell. Okay, now these guys can be super rough because they mob you a little bit, but we have so much defense and such a powerful shield, we'll be fine. Whoop, shit. Oh my god, fuck. Fuck! That was unbelievable. How did he stagger me? That's the part I don't understand. How did he stagger me? Because the problem there was that I couldn't get my shield up because I was getting stagger locked. But I don't understand how he staggered me. The poise, my poise should have been high enough for that not to happen. Certainly not for him to not stagger me multiple times. Shit. Well, that was an awful way to die. That was a really terrible way to die. I have never died to those enemies in one of these runs. I haven't died to those enemies in fucking years. What the crap? I don't understand how I got so posture locked there. With literally the heaviest poise armor in the game. The highest poise armor in the entire game. What is my poise? It's 121. This is the highest possible poise without rings. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how he was able to combo me like that. That was crazy. I mean, I did say they could combo you. That was a thing that I said. But, yeah, no. I mean, if you want to be super careful, what you do is you go up there, you aggro them, and then you turn around and you climb down the ladder. But I just didn't think that was necessary. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Okay, well, yep, that is a reset. And what that means is we're going to switch over to Elden Ring. I did say that we're going to switch to Elden Ring when we die. That was quite painful because I think that run had a very decent chance of succeeding. So that was, yeah, that's not great. That was a truly heinous way to die. But yes, it's Elden Ring time. Let's switch over to Elden Ring. Fucking hell.